Uh, Welcome in, everybody, and thank you for joining us for this week's episode of Forged by Fate, our first ever D&D streamed campaign. Thanks to the players, everybody, for joining us for the game, and for everybody out there watching, whoever that might be. Thank you guys for joining us. So to kick off the game right away, we'll go ahead and start with a little recap. Long ago, the players started in the town of Valtine, going on numerous small adventures, building their trust with one another as a group, learning about themselves and each other. They navigated to a few fateful encounters, such as the Labyrinth of Acamus Mora, as well as defeating a powerful hag and encountering a seemingly vicious and intriguing dragon. Eventually navigating south, agreeing with this dragon to help them kind of use teamwork in exchange for a favor later down the road to repair an amulet of Nova's. They have navigated successfully for 3 sessions now, heading into their 3rd month. We catch them towards the tail end of this stretch of adventures in the southern hemisphere now of Corindaria. We're finding the adventurers, having just navigated out of Elbow's End, a small fishing village, navigated into a place known as the Bones of the Earth. It's a place north of the capital and the kind of delta they're headed for. Strange rock pillars jutting out of the sand, almost as if raised there by some kind of unknown ancient old magic. Not really understanding exactly what has put it there. No one has put a ton of time or effort into studying it that we are currently aware of. But the players know that in this time, there was eventually a kind of sorry, Discord's messaging us right now automatically. It's distracting me. Short version: at Elbow's End, they met kind of mage, an illusory and kind of abjuration mage named Vakin. Vakin has informed them that there is a temple that he and 3 others were attempting to infiltrate but could not find. And sadly, his adventuring party, 3 of them met a fate to a large sandworm when they got lost out in the desert after navigating accidentally away from the bones of the earth, the safety that they provided from the worm. Eventually, Vakin informing these individuals that he felt more prepared to try and tackle this endeavor again, they wander back out into the bones of the earth. And with some really extremely successful rolls on, I believe it was Aldaria's part, and perhaps Nova, if I remember correctly, they successfully navigated the desert and found the Qasr al-Zar, the old ancient temple designated for some kind of historical knowledge diving. When arriving to this temple, they saw large golden domes across an enormous structure, multiple stories tall, listing slowly into the sand. It seemed like it had been sinking for centuries, if not more. Above the door, there is one word plated in gold and hewn away with time. It simply says Zar. Upon opening the door, within, the party saw a small golden kobold. It looked up, freaked out. Upon discussing with this kobold, if I remember right, we got to the part where you guys talked with them for a little bit and then slept for the evening, correct?
Sounds right.
Or no?
I believe so.
They informed you that their partner, kobold, a red kobold named Orid, had wandered inside, and when Kiris had their back turned, had vanished, and any help you'd be willing to provide could not be met with reward, but would be met with gratitude. So I'm going to fix the music. That is the session recap. We find our players now right before they bed down, resting and discussing with Kiris and each other about going-ons. I'm going to go ahead and fix our...
You may run into issues. Legend has it that YouTube is experiencing issues this evening.
Oh. I guess we're playing deaf.
I would do it.
That's all right.
Interesting.
Yeah, if we can't have music, we can't have music. That's okay. The game must go on. Bah! All right, if you all could start humming in the background while I talk. We have to do the Halo theme song. All right. Sorry. But you guys all find yourselves now resting, seeing Kiris having lit a very small, humble fire with some sandstone rocks kind of ringing the outside and a small, kind of almost like personal sized pillow with nothing else to sleep on. You notice the foyer just covered in sand. It's fairly warm, actually. You can imagine Kiris probably has spent a few nights here prepping a little sleeping zone, thinking about perhaps what to do to get back Orid. Notably as well, you see above the door, the next following door, which is a similar set of gold kind of plated iron doors that you would imagine Nova would probably be required, Nova or Urzan would be required to shove open. Above that door, you see the word Earth kind of plated in a similar gold edge etched into it, almost like an impression.
It's just written in common.
Just written in common.
Huh.
Although the runes themselves do seem to be very old. So, very basic.
I suppose I could get this open as well.
I would ready to try a might.
Is that a reference to something that I'm not aware of?
Yeah, eat this.
I don't. I'm gonna go open the door.
Okay. For the purposes of brevity, we'll say you guys rest the evening because you made it there at night, if I remember correctly, and then awaking the next day, prepare to tackle the Qasr Elzar. Nova, go ahead and roll me an athletics check as you attempt to try and push open the door.
Will see how this goes.
I'll help him.
Okay. So either both of you can roll, or one of you can roll at advantage.
Let's both roll. Let's go.
Sure.
Go stupid, go crazy.
Oh damn!
19.
26.
19 and 26, easily enough. Nova pressing into the doors. You kind of look back at her then. Notably pushing through waves of sand as it lists in. You're wondering how a kobold got through these doors. But you push into what seems, you look around at first dark, your eyes start adjusting as kind of outdoor light seeps in. Eventually, gentle red sconces of almost lifelike fire along the edge of what is like a grand kind of entry hallway, two gently winding stairs up to a foyer, all at an angle as this castle-like structure slowly sinking. You see sand littered across the ground, heaping towards the right side of the room, following that list, almost as if like water filling a half-sinking ship, waving kind of against like a normal dune would. What you see in front of you seems to just be kind of a pretty typical hall. Towards the back, you see some kind of heavy wooden doors that seem to be very old with time. At the top, you see two sets of doors as well as hallways that you imagine extend into wings, one kind of going down into the dirt, one up into the air, kind of at the kind of listing of this castle, as well as probably ways to navigate down there.
Well, guess I know why it says Earth. It's dirt in here.
Very astute.
Indeed.
I'm a student of life.
Kiris is the name of the kobold, the gold one.
Kiris, yeah. Kiris kind of peers in. Do you think you'll be all right if I stay back?
Should be okay. Do you know which direction your partner went?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know how they got into this room.
And you're sure they're in here somewhere?
I hope so.
Well, that's fair.
They're either lost out in the desert or somewhere in here.
Right.
Well,
I thought it was a bad idea coming out here anyways.
We'll look for you.
Thank you. Please, anything you can tell me.
And what's the name of the dark elf that we're with? I can't remember his name.
Bakken.
Vakin, yeah.
Vakin.
Vakin.
Up to
yeah,
pronunciation.
Vakin.
Vakin. His name's Vakin.
This Bakken dude.
Up to interpretive pronunciation, depending on your preference. Totally.
Hey, dude, how's it going?
Hey, dude.
He
Hey,
said
dude, how's it going?
He said there's one stairway going down and one going up, right?
Nope, two kind of foyer stairways going up to like a balcony.
Like original Resident Evil.
Yeah, kind of Resident Evil.
Can you see the extent of the upper floor from here, or is there like...
It seems to be like a strip that leads into two hallways.
Okay.
One
Vakin.
obviously kind of going at an angle.
Do you have any information about this temple?
Well, that depends. 1 second.
Hey, that's how I sound.
Not much. I do seem to remember the name Sar, though. It rings a bell. I want to say they were someone who studied dragons, perhaps. A long time ago. It's been many years since I've read anything on it, though. I wish I could tell you more.
Well, then it seems we go by process of elimination. Left or right?
How tall is the building?
You'd wager probably 2 large stories. Maybe 3. In certain areas. Like if you get up into the brass gold bulbs, it would probably be 3 or 4. But like as far as like this hallway that you're seeing, it seems to be about 2.
Sure. Well, shall we start with up and left?
As good a place as any.
Good as place as any.
You guys start moving forward into the chamber and you feel the earth kind of... This dust starts falling from the ceiling and the sand shifts around you. You kind of steady yourself for a second. You're imagining this place has been sinking for a long time.
You said the sconces are lit, though, right?
They are. It seems you see almost like stone kind of handles that like have like a thick part and then like kind of a like with like a little kind of gear almost like design and then like kind of smooth dark stone and then another one almost as if like a place to put a hand, but they seem to be firmly kind of embedded in the wall. And as you start navigating forward, you see the ones kind of behind dim as one's light forward. It seems to be kind of like sconces that almost detect your presence, and you just see what at like if you like blur your eyes looks like real flame, just kind of this twinkling orange light that floats in these things and kind of grows and swells and unswells as you guys approach and leave. As you guys start navigating up into the left, this hallway, kind of having to grab onto walls as the floor slants, your thighs aching. It's slippery, but you see what seems to be some kind of probably like bedchamber style hallway, places for people to sleep, you're guessing, or other kind of accoutrement to this area. You're just seeing a hallway that kind of eventually winds with doors on either side kind of speckling like inconsistently.
Do you want to check in individually or?
And notably, as you guys look back to, you see a similar thing, but where the curve starts happening is just dirt with like a door half submerged.
Well, I think
like
we better be
one of the walls.
checking all the rooms. I mean, we're looking for a little fella.
Yeah.
Never know where he might turn up.
Yeah, let's start pushing indoors then.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check as you guys are searching through the. I'll say anyone who's looking for Erinn. Erinn, excuse me.
9.
Tell me 10.
Let's get the streak.
18.
18.
13.
13. So notably, you guys start navigating onward. Eventually, this hallway ending probably after about 300 feet or so, you would guess. Pretty long hallway, but you're guessing there's more to that direction of the building that could be accessed somewhere else. Notably, Alderia, at one point you do see on a door handle what looks to be finger scratches. You, thinking back, would think that it's very possible a kobold would have embedded those scratches. You open the door and see what seems to be a small bedroom. Within is a very old, dusty bed. Old desk seems to be mostly abandoned, but no kobold. You see signs of kind of tampering. More like a drawer slightly opened, as if like someone nothing, kind of thing. But yeah, you're guessing someone made their way through here, but did not deem to stay. As you guys continue through the hallways, you're just going door by door, I take it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Checking everything.
Yeah, you don't see any further signs. You're guessing that this kobold must have done some kind of something to not be here. As you go down this hallway, you are getting the idea that on this wing you see notably a kitchen, an enormous banquet hall that just has such old food left at the table and old plates that it's dust. Just like you see like one plate that seems to just be made out of speckles of gold, as if it was like powdered almost through time. As well as what you would get is like the impression of ancient bones that used to hold food before some kind of maggot maybe or something ate up the meat that was on the bone. As well as ancient candles that are tossed over, those kinds of things. But a fairly mundane hall other than that. Seems to be, sleeping chambers for a lot of people, large banquet halls of different kinds. Nothing too indicative of a way forward. That's what you're guessing here.
No kobold either.
No kobold. Although I will say with Alderia's investigation check, you do find various signs of tampering recently. Footprints in the dust that indicate that something else also tore through here in a curious mad dash. So you're guessing, if you're following that sense, you're kind of on a trail of sorts.
But this is a dead end.
Seems to be a dead end. You spend a good 2 hours, I'd say, peeling through every room, checking under sheets or beds. No kobold. Doesn't seem to lead into anything that you would find untoward.
Well, shall we return to the front and go right?
Yes, let's see if we can't get through that door covered in earth.
Yeah, I mean, is it possible to do these tracks and trails lead back at all?
Go ahead and roll a survival check and see if you can track them down.
Give it a heckin' shot, that's for sure.
Heckin' A.
Heckin'. What the heck, dude?
11.
11. I would say you see signs kind of peering through, especially in the grand hall, where all the littered kind of elements that have withered away over time. You do see one set of footprints that wanders in and eventually wanders back out. Out of the door, it seems to head down to the left, the right if you're facing the back of the hall.
Mm-hmm.
But it fades away after a few steps out of the dining hall. You're guessing just dust left from the feet prints. You see very distinct, kind of almost like chicken talon marks pressed to the ground, but with more foot pad, indicative of a kobold, you would guess.
Yeah, hey, you went this way. I'm just gonna kind of like start beelining it.
Sure.
Follow the bloodhound.
So you guys do return to the foyer. You see again just that into the sand. You do know there's the door downstairs as well that is partially submerged in sand, kind of a double door that would probably go deeper as well, depending on where you guys want to go.
Well, should we stay up here and try this one, or should we go down and deal with that?
I say let's stay up first.
Yeah.
Just to be thorough.
Right. Let's give it a shot.
Okay. You guys start with that door that's kind of partially submerged in the sand.
No, the one up top.
Yeah. They're both partially submerged. Sorry, the one in the upstairs, the single door. Nova, putting your shoulders into it, moving a ton of sand out of the way, probably about a third of the door, just kind of having to push through it. You see into what seems to be another kind of hallway, but the hallway eventually kind of lists up. This just sand kind of covers most of it. Go ahead, and I'd say Alderia, as you guys are looking in, go ahead and roll me a perception check. You'd probably be the only person that has a chance of seeing this. Everyone else sees what looks to be a mundane hall that is just flooded with sand.
15.
15. I'll say, considering how high your passive is, in addition to that, it's probably just enough. You do see a small, it seems like fairly mundane, right? Like almost just like plaster, kind of cream colored walls. What you see that kind of sticks out is a tiny little, like, dark gray stone. Sorry, I should do my hand motions up here. Like a dark gray stone cylinder, almost like in the wall. Looks like just the very top of like what you would imagine is probably a full circle element. I'm guessing it is something more than just a wall decoration.
Is there anything on it? Like if I look closer at it?
It is currently covered in sand. It seems to be, as far as you can tell, just like you see like the top strip of like a piece of stone kind of embedded in the wall. You're guessing there's something below, but who knows what it is. Could be dangerous, could be helpful.
I'll just point it out to everyone.
Okay. You guys note something does seem to be there out of place, buried in the sand, kind of just showing itself.
No, but would you be able to dig that out?
Can I fit?
Yeah, it's a human-sized door, so it's like small.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just wasn't sure if there was like sand in the way.
It's just like a kind of a hill of sand, right?
Okay.
So like picture hallway, angled, hill of sand, thing on this wall here, just barely sticking out of the sand.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Yeah, easily enough.
Go slowly. Rooms full of sand make me nervous.
Of course. Loud.
It's everywhere. I'll carefully excavate the cylinder.
Okay, and you see, as you do so, go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw. I'm just fucking with you. You're fine.
Power word kill. You're dead.
Power word kill. You're dead.
Damn it!
You don't have 100 health. Anyways,
Close.
you brush off this this cylinder, revealing inside what seems to be some kind of like indent punched into it, with a little handle. Seems to be like a small intricate metal shaft going into the cylinder with a wooden kind of like T dowel handle. There we go. T dowel handle designed to be kind of grabbed, pulled, and probably twisted. And you're getting the sense just from this place is probably a very dense maze of uncovered wires, things to pull, etc.
I'm gonna try to activate the device.
Okay. Does anyone try and stop him?
I don't know what he's doing.
I'm still at the far end in the doorway.
Okay. Nova, you grab it. Stops for a second. You gather you probably need to twist it.
Mm.
You do so?
Mm.
Nova.
What's
What?
that clicking noise?
Sound.
I found a thing.
What are you doing to it?
Turning it.
Oh god. What's happening?
Nothing for a moment. Nova, you release your hand as it gives no more. You push and push and push, but you think if you do any more, you might just snap the fucking handle.
Oh boy.
You see from the dirt, a stone slab raises up slowly, dust falling into the room, covering your feet, looking around. And you see what seems to be a just sand-covered stairwell shooting straight into the dark.
I'll cast dancing lights and send them down ahead of us.
Okay. You see down, as your lights kind of pass by, you see the familiar orange glow of sconces irregularly along the walls, almost registering your dancing lights as well, interestingly. But as you stand back, it's kind of dark until you enter. You see what seems to go for a decent length. How far can you send your dancing lights?
120 feet.
120 feet. Just at the bottom of that, you see what seems to be kind of a landing where the stairs cut off.
Shall we go?
Could be fun.
I'll keep the lights in front of us.
Wait. The kobold didn't. This was closed when we got here, so the kobold probably didn't go down here. So maybe
that's not
we should check.
the entire reason we're here.
Right,
We
but
can always come back.
it's the most pressing.
I don't suppose it'll close up again.
Well, I know how to open it if it does.
Right.
Let's check the one downstairs then.
Yeah, just to make sure that he's not down there before we continue on.
Okay. You guys check the door downstairs, the double doors. Nova, in a very typical fashion, you see what seems to be 2 push doors, 2 small locks on them with handles. But you're guessing probably can just... Handles seem to be locked.
Yeah, this one's locked.
I've got it. I'll go and try and unlock them.
Go ahead and roll me a Thieves' Tools check.
Waste a good roll, but 22.
22. They do give way. Before you see, grandest room of them all that you've seen thus far, seems almost like a king's throne room. Pillars raising up to what you would gather would probably be the 3rd or 4th ceiling. Murals along the walls of great battles, heroes, deities of some kinds, of numerous different kinds, in what you would guess is probably a 400-foot long hall. An ancient, faded, just red maroon kind of rug leading up to a fairly simple stone throne that seems almost melted into the ground, like they put a block there and like took a flamethrower and just melted it until it kind of drooped in the ground, almost like a stone candle. But the rest of this room is fairly simple looking. Along kind of the base of these pillars, you see spirals kind of leading up and then eventually straightening out towards the top. Interesting kind of architecture here. And it is cacophonous. You see lights from the ceiling kind of pouring in from these stained glass windows, casting kind of a not gyroscope. What are those?
Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope. Thank you. Kaleidoscope-like effect into the room.
Is there a red kobold somewhere?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Or investigation, 14. If you'd like to, like... Sorry, I should have noted that.
I'll stick with perception. 14.
14? That's a good question. Currently, you do not see any kobolds lingering about. Seems to be fairly empty as far as you can tell.
What did Curious tell us the other kobold's name is?
Orid.
Orid! Are you in here? I'm just gonna yell.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Sure.
Damn it.
19.
Oh, this ended quickly.
What do you
Who's
mean?
asking?
Curious?
You hear from the very back of the fucking throne room. You say Curious?
I'll say it. Urzon, on Kiris's behalf.
What have you done with Kiris? You're echoing
Nothing.
throughout the chamber, very pitifully almost.
Nothing except for promised to look for Kiris's partner.
At this, you hear behind you. As the doors slam behind you, you see the kobold's eyes peek out. Shit! Well, I guess we're stuck in this together now.
The fuck's that mean?
You see the fucking kobold from behind. You see from behind the throne, the eyes kind of peek out, red against the gentle light of the afternoon. You see a shadow scurry from the throne to a pillar. You see from a nearby pillar now, the kobold peeks his head out. Kira sent you in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been stuck. Those doors lock behind you.
Okay.
I think there's any way you could get us out of here.
Yeah, let me try. I'm gonna go and try and lockpick him again.
Go ahead and roll me a Arcana check.
Oh no.
That's a little different.
19.
19. You are gathering. You see, as you kind of approach with your thieves' tool, just in the reflection of the light, you see just like a blue tint. You're guessing there is something more than physical.
God
holding
damn
this
it! It's
potion.
arcane locked. Don't we still have that chime of opening?
No, we definitely sold that for gold.
Yes.
Fucking A. I forgot about
Definitely.
that, and then unforgot about that. And then
Can any of us dispel magic? I can't.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, I guess we're staying here. Vaken,
Yes.
are you able to dispel magic or cast knock?
Go ahead and roll me a D100, Kyler. These are actually within
I
his
can
will.
I can dispel magic if I rest for 8 hours.
Okay, good to know.
72.
72. That's just enough with the 70. Well, I do have access to dispel magic. Let me see if this works. You see Vaken pull out his spell book, flip through a few pages. No. Oh, yes. He's going to go ahead and see if he can unlock the door. Okay. You see the blue kind of almost oblong rune phase against the door. You see against the arcane lock, the handle's kind of as if something is inside shaking the tumblers. And then the blue kind of sags away from the handles.
Well done.
I think it's worked.
Well done.
Is it
That
open
is
then, or
a
does it still need to
significant
be
portion
disengaged?
of my power. Please be careful going forward.
I'll try the handle, see if it's unlocked or.
It seems to be unlocked. Like I said, this is a significant portion of my power. Please be careful.
Well, we at least got out.
Yes, for
Was
now.
his name Ort? The kobold?
Orid.
Orid. Orid, your
You
friend
see
was
it.
waiting for you back in the antechamber.
You see as the kobold peeks his head out, on all fours, running kind of like a little lizard almost.
Oh, I don't like that.
Skitters up to Kiris and they hug each other. They turn around. Thank you, adventurers. You see they kind of skitter back up to you guys. Put their hands kind of like iguana style in yours. Oh, thank you. If you're ever down in the capital city, let us know. We will treat you most well. As they shake your hands one by one, kind of almost wagging their tails dog-like. But without any further trouble, they do eventually depart. Vaken kind of, thank gods that was quick. Can we continue searching?
Yes, but I think we should look at that throne room once more. If there's an arcane lock on the door, that leads me to think there might be something more than meets the eye in there.
If we do, I think we should pin the doors open somehow.
Yep, then for
We
sure.
dispelled the lock, correct?
With an ancient magic as old as this temple might hold, who knows how long it'll last.
We think we did.
You think we
That's a
did?
fair point.
Why don't you stay on the outside, Kylar, since you were able to open it last time?
Well, if it's a that's true. It might not be arcane locked from the front. All right, I'll stay behind.
Okay. I'll stay with you, just in case.
Cool. Let's go investigate and see if there's anything of interest in here.
Okay. You guys enter back into the throne room. Kylar and Vakin kind of using their feet to prop the doors open so they can watch you. Anything interesting in there? You walk through. What are you looking for?
I want to look at the
Treasure.
throne.
You want to look at the throne? Nova, you're looking for treasure. Okay. Aldira, are you gonna join them to look for anything?
Nothing in particular.
Okay, gotcha. So you're just kind of. Are you aiding them?
Sure.
I would say. Sure. Are you aiding? We'll say Nova or Erzan.
Nova.
Okay, so Nova, you can go ahead and roll your investigation with advantage as you look for treasure. And I would say for you, Erzan, go ahead. You're investigating the throne.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll an investigation as well.
I rolled a 1.
A natural one.
Yeah.
You get the base description. You see upon the back written a word in Draconic. Do you read Draconic?
No, but I'll yell over to Nova. Hey, there's some Draconic, I think, over here.
Yeah, hold on here. I rolled a 13.
13 with your investigation. The room seems fairly barren. You see a few of these torch sconces. You think with enough force and with their proximity, you probably could yank one off the wall. But that's about as treasury as it gets outside of like wall art.
I don't want
glass
to ruin
windows.
nothing.
So pretty barren throne room you're gathering. Probably either picked clean through ages and ages or something else.
Yeah, I guess I'll go help him read the Dragonese.
Dragon. You see simply written towards the head of the kind of the chair. Czar.
It appears to say Czar.
You're guessing some
Interesting.
kind of name tag.
It's the same name that was on the front of the library, wasn't it? Or the
Yeah, it's
not
weird
like-
that it's in Draconic in here, though.
was
Anything of interest in there?
Yeah, we're rich.
Bring me my cut.
You're right.
Get fucked.
You're right, nerd.
Riches, I don't see any.
You hear the door start to close.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing of interest.
Man, we ain't found shit.
Just the word czar again.
Did any of you try to sit on the throne?
I don't like that idea.
Never know.
Or guests, it seems rude.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll give her a whirl.
You'll sit on the throne, Nova?
Take this bad boy for a spin.
You do?
Yeah, man.
You nestle into this throne, kind of melting. You feel your back and legs kind of melt in almost with it. Very comfortable and form-fitting to your figure, which is strange because most chairs are not form-fitting to your figure.
Mm.
You are enormous. Think of that what you will. You sit for a moment. You hear the temple shift slightly. The lights, sconces along the walls dimming slowly. Around you, you see a line. Dust spraying up from the line. The chair, almost like a carnival ride, starts spinning.
Oh, I hate this.
From around you, you see stairs start to form, spinning in a circle down. Notably, Erzan, you notice from behind the throne, you see spectral bone-like wings extend, almost as if connected to Nova's back. Ethereal in make, just kind of barely visible to the naked eye. Stepping back, Erzan, you see these stairs. And finally, one last grain of sand falls, and the movement stops.
And as that last grain of sand falls, you hear from the door, "Told you!"
No, it wasn't the chair. We did something else.
Bullshit! Elvakin, what do you think? Should we go in?
Yeah, we could use a light.
He kind of leans over to you. I mean, I suppose no matter where we go is probably somewhere we're interested in being. So,
Especially if it was that hidden.
onward and upward, I suppose.
Let's go.
Downward in this case.
I'll cast dancing lights again and send him ahead down the staircase.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll attach a light to myself too.
Okay. You guys start descending into the spiral staircase. This one going probably a solid 4 flights deep into the earth. You can almost feel the sand around you, hidden by these sandstone brick walls. Imagining just on the outside what might lie there. As you continue downwards in this large spiraling staircase, eventually you hit what looks to be a threshold. I could just double check some notes here. Yes, okay. You enter what seems to be a threshold into more sand, into a kind of barren room that seems to be just littered with sand. You see below you, as if on floors you have not kind of encountered, as well as kind of navigating through this door. It's like a half a door because the sand is risen so high. You see 2 concealed doors that are both shut, that seem to almost have like a stone surface on the outside. As well, you see above you a cavernous hole just drifting straight up, which doesn't make too much sense, seeing as you only went probably about 20 feet forward to get to this room. You'd imagine that would be near where the throne was, but seems to shoot straight upward past where I can see. And this room is dark outside of the lights casted currently.
I'll send the lights upward as far as they can go, just to kind of get a sense of what's up in that hole.
Mm-hmm. As you send them up, you see above just the very faintest impression from the edge of your light, what seems to be an arch that you would indicate as some kind of bridge going above you. You're imagining there's some kind of walkway up there.
Weird.
And you see, I'll say for the purposes of ease, you see at the end of those walkways, it hits 2 different walls, and there's ports from either side. So it's probably a walkway from room to room that would bring you over this sand pit.
Can I wild shape into like a spider? And is there walls up the hole?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. It's just kind of like a square room made out of that similar sandstone, and then you turn into like a giant spider. I take it.
Yeah, and climb up there to the bridge.
Sure. Yeah. Easily enough. You guys see
I hate when
Algeria
she does that.
Me too.
climb up above the doorway to the bridge, coming from so you see 2 portholes that lead into hallways. You see one coming from the direction that you guys would have come from, quote unquote. Seems to be just an empty hallway leading back towards like the foyer direction. And then the one going the opposite direction has the word lies above it.
In common or draconic?
In common. Similar to the other gold-plated etchings.
I'll drop the spider and yell down and tell them that what I saw.
What was the first one?
Like goes back to the foyer.
It's back towards the direction of the foyer. Yep.
But did that one have a word too, or was it just the second
Just a
one?
blank door.
Okay.
The other one seems to be going quote unquote deeper. It says lies above it.
It doesn't sound friendly.
Does anyone want to come up?
I can't.
How?
Rope.
Do you have that much?
Oh, I don't have any of my notes.
I don't have any.
So, but I believe I have. What do I have on me?
I lied. I have 50 feet.
I have 50 feet on me, and then I have, I think, 2 patches, each of 50 feet on my robe. I just am remembering that. I don't actually.
You're gathering. I will say from up there, Aldiria, you're gathering. The height is about 130 feet.
So 150 feet of rope would be enough.
150 feet would be enough. Because remembering Kyler's light had about 120 foot distance, and it was just beyond that. So,
Do you have anything to anchor off up there?
I also have a ladder on that thing, but I don't know how big the ladder is. So
let me double check that.
130 feet. That's huge.
Wow.
There's a
there
magic.
was 2 12-foot rowboats on there.
What's the robe called again?
Robe of many things.
It's the robe of useful items.
Useful items.
Let me just double check here.
Specific items.
24 feet
They're
long.
only
24
24 foot.
Per ladder.
So the ladder.
You know what? Go ahead and roll me D100, Aldiria.
He's feeling generous.
I'm feeling like this would be way cooler if this ladder extended to however long you wanted it.
That would be sick as shit.
95.
95. This ladder, when you cast it, will extend to the length with which you declare. Fuck the rules.
One time, or is it multi-shifting?
One time. You pull it off and say 130 feet. You get 130 feet.
How many
Use
of
the
those?
rope and save that for a better day.
How many of those do you have? Like for real? 2?
Okay.
'Cause I'm thinking like that could be a good weapon. You just put it under someone. You stay 200 feet.
30-foot ladder. Jesus.
6 million feet.
1 million feet.
Good God, you know how heavy that would be?
How many turns do you think it would take for that to extend?
Instantaneous. Launches those fuckers. I'm just I prefer a ladder just given my
Athleticism?
I was gonna say wait.
Athleticism?
I'm strong, thank you. And I have skin hanging off my finger.
Okay. I will take a patch. A ladder patch and
Okay. Sure thing. Sure enough. So you do have to mark it off, remember? Because I think you have 2 of those, right?
yep.
Yep, you got 2. So you'll have 1 use left, but you take a ladder and declare 130 feet.
Yeah.
So you take the patch off. In your hand forms a wooden pole out of the patch. Growing from that, you set it over the hole. This ladder builds itself in pretty immense speed. It takes probably about 10 seconds to reach the bottom of the hole. Setting it firmly in the dirt, leaning against the bridge. Seems pretty sturdy.
Come on up.
Nova, do you want to hold the bottom of it?
Yeah, I got you.
Appreciate that.
Nova holds the bottom. Vakin kind of steps in front of you, Erzan. Do you mind if I...
Of course not.
Oh, thank you. He goes up ahead of you between you and Kyler.
I was worried that
I thought he was frozen.
I thought I disconnected for a second.
Oh. No, you're getting the sense that Vakin wanted to get out of this fucking hole.
Yeah.
I was a little unsettled.
Still curious about those concealed doors, but we'll come back.
You guys navigate to the top of the ladder and are faced with the pathway, one that seems to be leaning kind of quote unquote towards the foyer versus the other one leading away that says lies.
What was the word when we came in?
The word to the foyer door was earth, and the word to the main door was czar.
This one's lies.
This one is lies.
Shall we press on?
Which way you thinking? Lies seems kind of ominous.
Well, we've already been back towards the other way.
Damn, I'm kind of spooked, man.
I'll go first.
Okay.
You guys navigate down into the dark again. Sconce
My
is now
little
lighting the way.
lights ahead as well.
Lights drifting forward. Eventually hits a dead end, what seems to be a very old green with moss door. Rope handle, very raggedy and makeshift in make. As you approach the door, you the sconces around you light up. You see no porthole or anything, but just a solid kind of dark wood door.
I'll tug on the rope handle, see if it opens.
Okay. You kind of. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check. I know you're not trying to stealth, but
Nope, sure aren't.
He's very generous this evening.
yeah,
12.
12.
Oof.
I need everybody to roll me initiative.
What?
Told you this hallway was dirty. Stinky hallway.
I rolled a 22. Let's go.
Okay, fair enough. And then everybody get some perception checks and keep those numbers to yourself as well as I get these initiatives.
Okay.
This combat music is sponsored by my wonderful players. It doesn't exist because I wonder, maybe I'm gonna give it a try. Maybe it'll play.
Yeah, I could. I know it's spotty.
Worth a
But
shot.
those audio files you use are an hour long anyway. Hey, right away.
Cool.
There it is.
We did it. We did it. We did it. Okay, there we go. That's more like it. So 20 to 25.
Non-natural 20.
22.
15 to 20.
16.
Alderia.
6.
Ooh.
6. I do need to roll for Vakin as well.
My perception check, though.
I'm guessing
was
it's
the opposite.
monstrous.
I rolled a 20 and a 1.
Nice.
Okay. Perception checks.
1.
18.
27.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Nova and Alderia.
The only time I'm ever going to pass one of those.
You needed a good one for this too, actually, so that worked out nicely for you. 1 second here while
Well, rip my natural 18.
Isn't that a bad feeling when you're like, oh, I did so good?
Yeah, it's like, oh,
I'm at the highest roll.
Alderia and Nova. Fuck.
That's all good. I will say Alderia, you and Nova see against you. You open the door and kind of from behind Kylar, you see what seems to be a small library, similar wood, dark, kind of mossy make. You see a dark shadow dart across the back, a large kind of shadow against the back wall. You're seeing simple rows go down this way with one kind of outer one, and you saw across the back a dark shadow dive into the room.
Not knowing any better, I would probably start stepping forward.
Okay. So that will bring us to the top of the, we'll say for the ease of this, top of the initiative, Erzan. Kind of sitting in the hallway here, looking in. You notice Alderia and Nova kind of stiffen up.
I'll just hold my action until I see something.
Okay.
I just kind of like draw my greatsword, and I'm like, I don't know.
Sure. Nova. You see this dark shadow dart across the back, a large something.
I'll just move into the room.
Move into the room. How far in? And again,
how big is it?
You guess probably about 60 foot long, 30 foot wide. So across the hall, 30 feet, 60 feet going this way. And you see a second story, similar to this one, but just the outer lines of bookshelves as well, and like a small ledge that you could walk around.
Okay. And the shadowy thing was at the back?
You saw it at the back, darting deeper into the room. You just caught a glimpse.
Oh, so I still don't know where it is.
No, not anymore. It's out of visual perceptibility at this point. You're guessing it's probably hidden behind a bookshelf somewhere, or something like that.
Ooh, probably a bad time to whip out the fire then, huh? Dang it. Wait, can I get how many bookshelves are there?
Let's see. 10 going this way, down in rows, and then like not really countable bookshelves along the walls.
Can I make it to one of the bookshelves, like maybe on the end?
The one there is an end closest to you, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'd say with you were one of the front few, so easily enough. I'd say it would use your 30 feet of movement, but you can
Cool.
get into
I'm gonna grab Deep Warden's Malice, and I'm gonna hit one of the bookshelves and try to play dominoes here.
Oh, okay.
Try to flush this guy out.
Go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
Come on, baby, don't.
That's a great idea. That's really cool.
16.
16? I'll say just enough. You see the bookshelves start falling over one by one. Anybody that loves books, including Mackin, kind of look in utter despair.
Before I do that, I'm gonna yell, "It's in here somewhere!" and I'm smack it.
Sure. You see books flying everywhere as the things knock over. Now perceptible to everyone, you see at the back this large four-legged creature, front hands splayed on the ground like bird talons, and almost like a small, like kind of what's the word? Like a red-tailed hawk kind of face, lists back into a skinny feline house cat body, kind of knuckled cat legs against the ground with a tail whipping in the air and like kind of agitatedly. You see its front legs seem to be a mixture of cat legs and bird wings, almost as if something that could glide, and its face sharp eagle-like, staring back in the corner with its beak slightly open, kind of in a beige color pattern of just like dark brown kind of chest fur that goes back into cat, like kind of striped calico cat fur.
Can I see it?
Everyone can see it.
Cool. Then can I use my held action?
Sure. What are you doing?
I'll just cast a guiding bolt at it.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
Do something with my turn.
Sure thing.
21.
21 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Let's 17 radiant,
17
and
radiant.
he gets a spear stuck in him.
You see the golden spear stab into the creature. Seems to take the impact. Definitely a nice solid hit. Doesn't seem to be reacting too strongly yet. But you're also gathering it's not its turn, so. That is your held action, Erzan. Nova, is there anything else you want to do this turn?
Nope.
Kylar.
I start to turn around. Nova, what the fuck? Oh, God. How far away is it from us?
From you at the door, probably like 60 feet back. 75, I'd say. 75 feet.
Well, then I'll move 15 in. For my action, I'll cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit twice, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, with advantage due to Urzen's.
One of those at advantage, yep.
Ooh. Well, one's a natural 20,
Okay.
Woo! Yay, advantage.
and the other's a 19.
The other's a 19. Both hit. Go ahead and roll the natural 20 damage first.
Beautiful.
Actually, this is all force.
Yeah, it's all force.
Just lump it all together is fine.
Perfect.
Just make sure you know which one is the critical dice.
Wow. 27.
27 points of damage. Oh man, there we go.
2 9s.
You see the creature raise kind of hinds as you aim to cast magic at it, smacking your as a shoulder clavicle you're imagining breaks. Just kind of hawking at you. Still standing in the corner though because it's not his turn. Kyler, is there anything else you want to do?
Oh yeah, that was just my action. Bonus action, spiritual weapon, please.
Oh, that was a cantrip. Yeah, you're good to go.
Yes,
go ahead
sir.
and roll how far is the range on spiritual weapon?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
Beautiful. Another natural 20.
Natural 20. Go ahead and roll damage.
Feeling hot today.
So far, so good.
18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. That's necrotic, right?
No, the spiritual weapon is force damage as well. It's Spirit Guardians that's necrotic.
Right. Force damage. Got it. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do this turn?
No.
Okay. You see Vakin step out into the room. Step to one corner. It's going to cause the creature to make a wisdom saving throw. It's a natural 20. So you see the creature kind of squint its eyes for a second. Shake off an effect from Vakin. Vakin kind of dips behind a tossed bookshelf, trying to make cover. Alderia.
I will cast Entangle.
Okay, what's the effect?
Centered on it. It needs to make a strength saving throw.
That's a 4.
It fails it, so it's restrained.
Okay.
And a 20-foot square around it is difficult terrain.
Okay, gotcha. And how does it get out of the restraint condition? Is that like an action to break it, or
It has to, strength saving check.
Strength check.
Strength check against my DC.
against your DC? Okay. Otherwise, it's permanently restrained. That's very strong.
Very.
Anything else that you'd like to do this turn, Alderia?
Nope.
Now the creature's turn. Looking from one to the next, you see sharp eagle eyes, Kyler, falling on you.
Yep.
Leave the knowledge to me. And almost in an apparition, Kyler, you feel the presence of this creature approach you, rather than the creature itself, and you see almost like a shadow of its face screeching in your ears. I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw as this creature uses its devour memories feature.
My worst one. 19.
19 is a success, so you take half damage.
Oh, good.
And the bad thing doesn't happen.
And the bad thing doesn't happen.
Right. Eat my memories, you fucker.
Nom nom nom, tasty.
Tasty,
Tragic
tasty
backstory TM. Nom nom nom
Num,
nom.
num, 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 num.
So 30 points reduced to 15 psychic damage.
That would have almost killed me. Holy
As the creature,
shit.
you sent your Eldritch Blast and then your spiritual weapon. You feel the creature try to almost suck this memory away from you. You see its face in yours as you're casting these spells. The incantation, as you try to summon them up again, seems to go away for a moment, but you shake your head, plant your feet firmly. You feel a little blood dribble out of your left ear.
Oh, you piece of shit.
Seems to be that for now. And then for its action,
That was a bonus
Let's
action.
see, that was a bonus action. It does have to recharge though.
That thing's a fucker.
As its action, it's going to try and escape the grapple. What was your DC?
16.
Just barely fails by 1. 15 stuck in there. See it start clawing away at the vines. You're imagining as soon as it can get its legs free, it think it could probably fly, but for now
Please
it's
don't
stuck.
touch my ass.
He's also going to see if he recharges, which he does not. That is the creature's turn. Sorry. That brings us to Erzan.
How far away is it from me?
From you, it is currently, let's see, probably about 75 feet, we'll say.
Okay.
'Cause you're still by the door.
Well then, in that case, I'll move I guess I'll move my full distance toward it, just so that I'm
Okay.
closer.
Okay.
Just straight 30 feet.
Sure.
And
You
then,
can kind of navigate around the bookshelves that Nova knocked over.
yeah. Then I'll use my action to cast the old firebolt at it,
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
plus my bane, which I forgot last time, but I'm assuming 17 still hits, right?
17 hits, yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
I didn't want to have to retcon everything, which is why I didn't interrupt, but
Good shout, good shout.
that's cocked. Natural 1, so I miss.
Yep, you kind of go ahead and roll me a percentile dice as you do as well.
Oh,
Sure.
please, God, don't hit me. I only have like 25 HP left.
94.
94. You barely miss a very flammable looking of text behind the creature, a scroll against a wall. You hit
Sure.
the wall right next to it rather than the bookshelf itself. Erzan, is that your turn?
Now I'll use a bonus action to conjure a spiritual weapon.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
Is that baned? I make a melee weapon.
I think we
so
determined
so-
yes last time. I think we determined yes last time.
Spiritual weapon gets +8 to hit, right?
Yes.
Same as
Yeah.
your spell attack.
So it's 13 plus 8, which is 21 minus 2, so 19.
19 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Damages for the spiritual weapon 1d8 plus 5. That is max damages 13 force.
Hot.
Okay,
Super hot.
creature grimacing now. You're noticing that it's starting to show physical beating, but it's definitely not down and out yet. Is there anything else you want to do this turn, Erzan?
That is my turn.
Nova.
I'm gonna point at it, and I'm gonna give it a level 2 witch bolt.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit. You guys see Nova raise the maul one-handed in a freakish performance of strength, open up his spell book, pure black leather-bound, pages flipping themselves, lands on a single one, and he looks up. What's your roll to hit?
25.
25 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
14.
14 points of damage. Again, the creature.
And now we're like linked. Now we're like linked by a lightning bolt, and I can just keep like shocking him with it.
Yep, you got it. Is there anything else you want to do this turn, Nova?
No, I think I'm in a good spot. Like I'm not really in anybody's way if they want to attack, and I don't really got to worry about the Alderia's plants over
Entanglement.
there. Entanglement. So yeah, I'll just chill here.
Kylar.
I stagger up from one knee. How to, motherfucker. I'm doing the exact same thing. Eldritch Blast.
Go ahead and roll the hit.
First one's a 27.
Yep.
Second one is a 17.
Yes.
Ooh. Max damage on the first and minimum damage on the second. So 11 points of damage.
All balanced as everything, as all things
As
should.
everything should be.
Again, taking the hit. You see it kind of almost cat-like behavior now as the creature high and sticks in the air. It's rearing.
Bonus action, spiritual weapon. Gonna give him a smack with that too.
Go ahead and roll the hit.
19 to hit.
Yep. Go ahead and roll damage.
Max damage, 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. Okay. Anything else for your turn, Kyler?
Gonna
See the
spit on the
creature
floor and say, "The knowledge is ours, you beast."
Alrighty. Now it is Vakin's turn. Seeing that it is beaten up, he's going to try to cast Sleep on the creature. See if it works. Oh, that was a decent roll. Casting the spell, you see the creature kind of staggers for a moment, shakes it off.
Rip.
Seems to be Vakin again, hiding now. Aldiria.
I cast a spell that does not require concentration. My concentration plant will keep there.
Your concentration what?
It's plant.
Oh yeah, yep. As long as
Yeah.
you are not casting a concentration spell, you're good to go.
Okay, I'm making sure
Mhm.
that this won't kill my plant.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't have concentration is one of the requirements.
That's what's keeping it from killing me.
Okay. It only is on the thing I target. Okay, I'm gonna cast Blight on it.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
What's the range on that? Is it a ranged attack?
It's ranged.
Okay.
Uh,
I thought it was touch for some reason.
30 feet.
30 feet. So you get within 30 feet, I would say, because you were like 60 before, I think. So
Okay.
easily enough, you walk up and cast Blight. What's the
Okay.
effect?
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save. Natural 1. What the fuck? Do it. You've earned it, man. You've earned this one. You've earned this one. Whew.
That's a spicy meatball.
It's spicy meatball. Natural ones should probably be criticals when saving, but you know. That playing against the party could be pretty fucked up. So.
We're strong enough. We don't need the help.
Well, to be fair, it could work against you too.
Exactly.
39.
Oh my god.
Good lord.
You see the creature shrivel as the necrotic
Yeah.
energy takes a hold. You see its front talons shrivel into almost old, withered claws. It is still up, technically.
Wow.
Wow. Jesus Christ. It's going to look towards you now, Aldiria, after that last blow. You see confusion and just kind of desperateness in its eyes. Releases this supersonic pitch scream. I'm going to need everyone to roll wisdom saving throws.
They're so
No.
bad.
Oof. Vakin rolled like shit. Uh-oh.
You and me both, buddy.
Bane is saving throws too, isn't it?
Plus,
Yep.
Bane is saving throws too.
oh, I haven't rolled my wheel or woe for the day, so I'm just gonna.
Do that.
I got wheel. So can I help some people? Someone?
I think you have to use your reaction to
It's
use
my
it, if I
reaction,
remember.
yeah.
Okay. I will say before the results of the roll, you may choose to do so. It cannot help an natural.
I'm gonna help Erinn because he's. He's got something on
Do we get
Bane.
to say what our rolls are first? Or no?
It should say in the abilities description if you don't mind reading that real quick.
Because I'm fine.
Hey, no.
It's too late now, but maybe.
We'll see. Depends. It should say in the description at what point in the roll.
Just
How does
says,
it read?
whenever a creature you see within 30 feet of you makes an attack, saving throw, or an ability check, you can use your reaction to roll a d6 and add the number rolled to that total.
What is makes?
I'm gonna say for going forward for now, after the roll is fine, but for future, since when it does that thing, you have to use it as a especially since you get to use it so many times.
Yeah.
I'm going to say going forward, you have to use it before the roll
Use
is
blind.
the number is set out. Yeah, use it blind.
Okay.
Try and hedge your bets with it. Be proactive.
So give it to me.
If I already said it, then
Yeah, you said it. Might as well play it that way.
I won't hold you guys to it, but if that's how you want to play it, that's fine.
Oh boy.
This is just a rule I'm instating now for going forward, just to make it easy.
I'm going to use it for the last time.
At least until
I'm going to give it to Kylar.
There you go.
I need it.
That works. That works.
at least until the cauldron comes out, because their class is actually in there.
6.
Oh,
So plus
okay.
6.
+6.
Okay. It's
Okay,
probably still a
um,
failure, but I'll take it.
Urzan,
19.
Kylar,
10.
Nova,
18.
Alderia.
16.
Everyone but Kylar succeeds.
Once per
Except-
short rest, if you fail a saving throw or miss with an attack, you can roll 2d4 and add it to the total. So
Yeah.
I'm
Go
going to
ahead
use
and
my
roll- go
favorite
ahead
of the
and roll 2d4.
gods.
And tell me the total result afterwards.
See if that makes it.
When does that come out?
out?
Hmm.
2 4s, 18.
18 is a success.
Hey.
I needed it.
Wow, that was really a team effort there.
That was really a team
seriously.
effort.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Everyone takes 25, reduced to 12 psychic damage, as you just are destroyed by this massive scream from this creature. It's tearing away at the ground. It just can't escape. Frustratedly, it belts out. So
Left me
everyone
with
suffers
4.
12 points of psychic damage. You see Vakin. You see him. He slumps against the bookshelf he's on. He's still alive, but you imagine that he probably failed his save by a lot. It is really fucked up from it.
Poor
Yeah.
fella.
The knowledge lurker is going to attempt to recharge
Knowledge lurker?
scream and fails again. Not scream, memory drain.
That would be me.
And
If
that
I
is-
were a villain.
and now it is Urzan's turn. Yeah, you guys never heard if it was a villain or not.
True,
It
I mean, this
sounds
thing might be
villainous.
nice, but
Could be nice, who knows?
It's
we
still,
won't know now.
still just tangled up, right?
It is tangled up and looking horrible, like a raisin that has been punched a bunch of times.
Suck
And
the juice
sad.
out of that grape.
Because of Alderia.
Yep.
I'm gonna firebolt it. I rolled 14 plus 8 minus 4.
18?
That probably hits. What's the total?
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't know.
number.
Plus 8,
That's a number.
22 minus 4, 18. Yeah.
18 hits. Roll some damage.
2d tizzle.
2d
Fire.
tizzle.
Fire damage.
R.
9 fire damage.
9 fire. Still up.
Motherfucker.
And then I'll use my bonus action to spiritual weapon attack.
Go ahead and roll the hit.
Whip.
Spiritual weapon.
Damn it, Bobby.
17.
17
We
hits.
sell
Go ahead and roll some
arcane and
damage.
arcane accessories.
Stop.
12.
12 points. That is enough. How would you like to do this?
I'll just take my spiritual spear and stab it down through its head.
Okay. You guys see Urzan whip a firebolt at it. Seeing that's not enough, the creature still woozily, that's an interesting one, kind of standing there. Rears up to scream once more. Urzan drops the spear down on its head from a range, pinning it to the ground for a moment before the spear dusts away. With that, combat is over.
I'm just gonna slump to the ground. Oh.
Let me get the music change here. There we go.
Should we take a break?
I'm gonna
I
need a
think
minute.
that would be. I think
Sure.
Tad's saying a people break.
We should do a short rest too. I'm gonna need a minute.
Do you have potions on you?
I think vacuum might as well.
Yeah, I'm
Vac and
fine.
you see just
I'll walk over
A
and
strand of hair dripping down from his ponytail, sweat beating off his face.
I'll give him my lay on hands and my healing hands for total 17.
17. Thank you. You see, he looks significantly better. Not all the way healed, but significantly better.
Glad that was helpful.
That creature. I've never seen anything like it.
Don't think I have either. But now we have.
Hopefully we don't ever again.
That's the joy in it. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you do.
I will say, with that would probably be a good stopping point or a breaking point for our mid-game break. Say meet back here at. We do have a lot of content still. You guys are in the middle of the dungeon, and I'd like to do all of it tonight if possible, even if that means staying up a little late. So,
Okay.
you guys
Cool.
go with it?
Yeah. 822.
8. Yeah, sure.
8:22. Let's try. I know we're shitty at this normally, so let's try and be good about it. 'Cause
Yeah, we'll try and be good.
sounds good.
8:22. Go.
Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. Sorry about the little break there. We appreciate y'all sticking with us. We're gonna roll right back into the game here. The party just finished sundering a creature known as a knowledge lurker, which I accidentally dropped on them without intending to, but that's okay. And this small kind of personal-sized library. With that, they all take a breath. Erzan helps Fakin heal up a little bit, kind of wipe some sweat off his brow.
Should we rest for a minute? Do you guys want to rest?
I would appreciate that.
All right.
You all take a short rest.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that is important because... Where'd you go? All
The
right.
time lock seal on the door has now expired.
Use one for die.
You feel your soul drawn from your body. The temple wails in agony. I don't know what I'm going with that.
Yeah, there was a timer on this mission, actually, you guys. Sorry, you all die now.
Cool.
You're dead.
Dead Zors.
Would you call yourself the winner, Dungeon Master?
Listen, Dungeons and Dragons is a player's first DM game. Or should I say
Clearly.
DM versus players game. So,
Yeah. Only reason I play.
You're wrong.
the game.
Your philosophy is flawed. You are God playing with his toys.
You are God playing with his little action figures.
You guys, you have to play religious characters, so you pray to me every session. That's how this works, right?
Are you not tier? Is that not how this works?
I thought it was. That's how I've been playing.
Fuck off. No, we do not play that way here.
Is this blasphemy?
I am shit talking. I'm blaspheming against Tyr right now. All right.
It's a good thing I don't give a shit.
But you guys do return to your mortal bodies in the D&D realm after a weird schism in your brain brings you.
I had a dream I was eating cheddar flavored chips.
Why are you British now, Nova?
I don't know. Something's happened to me.
No, I was giving Courtney. Oh, God.
Nova, what's happening?
Hold on, there I am.
I slapped him.
Oh, thank you. Thank T.
May his spear remain
May
sharp.
his spear penetrate me forever.
Whoa. Whoa, buddy.
Polished.
Oh. Beta brought the chips.
Oh.
So you guys are left in this
Yeah.
slightly tossed library.
Yes.
Sorry, Snickers is goofing around and stuff she shouldn't be.
I would like to check the room for treasure.
I'm going to look for any sort of arcane books.
I straight up thought you were going to say traps. I was like,
I know about traps now. Plot twist.
Those are a thing.
I would like to talk to Bakken.
I hear the cat of our god.
She's chatty. Oh, she's extra chatty.
I'm gonna try and comfort her. You guys keep going. What are you doing?
I would like to
Treasure.
talk to Vakken.
Okay, we'll start with that first because it's gonna roleplay. What do you say?
Sure. Vakken, what sorts of texts are you looking for specifically? Anything, or are you just looking for general knowledge?
Any old history books would be particularly useful. I imagine this is a large library. This is not the brunt of it, but it's worth a look, I would say.
Sure. I'll start looking for books, and I'm going to be paying particular attention for anything written in Celestial.
Okay. So, got Nova, you're looking for treasure, so go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Me?
You're looking for treasure.
My God, I was on another planet. I got a 12 on that.
Rachel.
No treasure, as far as you can tell. No chests. No
Some
creature
stupid
doesn't seem to have
books.
anything on it. Aldiria, are you doing anything during this time?
No.
Okay. Kylar, you said you're looking for arcane books. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
15.
15. You don't find a. Let me just pull one quick thing up here real quick. You do not find any arcane texts per se, but you do find. One second, sorry. You do find a scroll, a spell scroll. Just for the simplicity of it, I will say that you do recognize the spell when you open it as Charm Person. Okay. But no like arcane, like you're not seeing like a how would you call it, like a spell book. There are some kind of brief texts that you see that discuss magic in general, if those would interest you at all.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I was along the lines of looking for.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you see some basic stuff, mostly wizarding things. About you read about one old university. It lists a time that doesn't even make sense given the current context of how time is framed. And it seems to be noted actually. Let me just get that up. Yeah, it's noted. It says the University Sara. You're gathering based on the context. It was kind of like in the southern region of probably like between Davros and Corandaria. And you're guessing any tomes that might reside in that area or relics from that long dead university could prove useful to you should you ever decide to go look for them. But that's most of what you find is some discussions on an old university. You find like a student log, a whole bunch of names in many different languages. Those kinds of things. Seems to be you're gathering from this. Sorry, I'll move my camera now that Snickers is laying down. You're gathering from this that lots of the knowledge contained here, as far as clerical stuff goes, is probably extremely outdated. Just due to the sheer age of this temple. And then Erzan, you said you're looking for writings in Celestial. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Fucking one again.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to stick out to you too greatly. Let's see.
I've rolled 3 investigation checks and they have all been 1 today.
Yeah, I mean, you look for anything written in Celestial, and sadly with the one, you just see nothing. that stands out to you. As far as you see some like basic religious texts, but nothing that's sticking out to you as anything more than like, you know. And it's even hard to tell because lots of the deities that you would normally infer just have different words, names describing them. So it's hard to put anything together, sadly. Is there anything else you guys are doing?
No, sir. I was just trying to find some treasure.
Okay. But that seems to be all the items in the room. I will say, as you guys go through, you do note towards that back wall where the creature was slain, you do see another door, as well as a few other doors that lead out of this area. But this one is labeled tomes.
Well, should we check that first? Varkin, have you found what you were looking for here?
That's a good question, has he? Where's my
I
fucking
tried to help.
You see Vakin. Wow, what the fuck? You see Vakin has been scanning a few books. Oh, yes, here. Pulls out a red leather-bound book. Pages kind of crinkle open. Sheaths through it. Yes, this will do nicely. Seems to be an ancient history. Something to do with a multicolored dragon. I imagine that would be interesting to one such as yourself. And he kind of looks you up and down, Nova.
Yeah.
Perhaps now is not the time to dawdle, but...
Yeah, later for sure.
Let me take a quick note that he found that too. Okay, and is there anything else you guys would like to do?
Shall we press on to the tomes?
Should we check the side passages first? Just see if they're like closets or something.
We could.
Yeah.
We don't have to explore them, but just open them and see what's going on.
Sure. I'll say for the most part, you guys do discover that these are largely smaller sub-libraries, study rooms. You see a few hallways that lead out into similar bridges to the one that you had just encountered. So if you wanted to go down those routes, you could.
God, there's a lot of books here. Let's head to the tome section. If these are just books, and I can't even imagine what the
you're
tome...
gathering this place is vast. Very vast.
Oh, at least we found what we came for. Anything else is just our own curiosity that we want to sate.
I mean,
but I would be remiss if we didn't press on.
Vakin is looking around. There's always more. I have many pockets to fill.
Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't.
I would
Curiosity is a powerful and dangerous tool.
Indeed.
Let's press on. I want to see the tome.
Yeah, man.
If these are just books, I want to know what tomes are.
Is Jesse frozen?
Yeah, because he's
He's been in that position for a real long time.
God comes down from the sky and gives us all plus 10 weapons.
Oh my God, what is this?
We'll be right back, everybody. We're going to go back to the break scene until Jesse comes back.
Technical difficulties. Love you.
We're back.
Alrighty, sorry about that, everybody. Let's get rolling. Where did you guys leave off? Because you guys probably played for a second or two without me there.
We just want. Well,
I
We
decided
got-
to go to tomes.
We got plus 10 to
I took
everything.
over as DM and we got plus 10 weapons. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, so that was cool. Tyr came down himself and said that his children are doing a good job.
Yep.
Nice.
Gave us all plus 10 weapons. So
We all
Yeah.
got pets.
I forgot about the plus 10 armor too.
Yeah, I have a little tiny.
Gives you
armor.
Plus
I
10 weight. That makes you move half speed. Excuse me.
Anyways, we would like to move
Anyway.
on to the tomes room.
Yes,
guys wanna go
that's
to
where we're
tomes?
going.
Yeah.
That's the position you froze in. And we did it again. What
No
the
way.
fuck?
No way.
right back. Love you.
What the fuck are the odds of that?
I don't fucking know, man.
It's identical.
No.
Do it.
Try it.
But like you have to have
No,
thought.
We're
to
back.
You can't look at your notes anymore.
Ridiculous.
What the
Okay, before it
fuck?
happens again, we're going to Tomes.
Tom,
Let's go.
Okay, you get to Tom's.
Okay.
Okay.
We get all the magic items we ever wanted. Noted.
Okay. You guys, are we live still?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We are now.
Super sorry about that, guys. We restarted the modem. Hopefully we should be good. Never really had this problem that bad until now. So let's cross our fingers.
Happens
Don't do it
again.
again. Don't do it again. Don't do it again.
We're calling it.
this game is sponsored by a charter cable.
Actually, not.
Charter cable. God fucking damn it.
Yep.
Fucking damn it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck Charter. This is the opposite of sponsored by Charter.
Maybe
I
they'll
mean, I have a charger
maybe
in this
they'll up
station,
your
but-
speed.
Yeah, our charter is fine.
Yeah, you just gotta
Are
get.
you wired in or are you Wi-Fi?
Wired.
Mhm.
I'm an
It shouldn't
Ethernet
be that
snob.
bad.
Yes.
No, it wasn't that it was bad. It's that it died.
Oi, Alderia, wanna not say that? Anger.
Anger. No talk me angy.
Me ang.
Angry.
Me angy.
Alrighty, shall we continue on?
Yes, let's
please.
proceed
Tell
on
us
to
about the
Tomes.
Hurry, quickly.
Don't look
So-
down to the right.
Look at the door frame that says Tomes above it in that familiar kind of gold pressed language, you know. You open the door, entering in, you see what seems to be a hallway. The floor kind of plated in what you think would probably be brass or maybe even gold, as well as kind of like some trim along the side that's silver, then kind of lined with sandstone walls. You start walking down as a group down the tunnel labeled Tomes, and arrive at another. You see in the distance, kind of a light porthole. Whoever's typing, do you mind muting your mic? You see a light porthole, kind of emanating pretty bright light at the end. Actually, you're guessing an open door frame. As you approach, you see kind of looking out into it. First thing you note is another plate. This one reading under. The word under. And out as you look about, you hear massive just all kinds of whirring gears, loud metal crashing, clicking noises. And as you look out into this room, it seems almost a three-dimensional space of just slowly moving and turning hourglasses on these immensely complex machines that seem to be moving them in like three-dimensional space. You hear the occasional ding as one flips over and seems to start again. You looking down and above, you just see all kinds of crazy machinations. As far as the eye can see, left, right, down below you, you're on a metal suspension bridge that just crosses into the distance. You see for a very long ways off, just enormous numerous amounts of these hourglasses, some huge. You see one in particular off to your left, this huge hourglass with just a little tiny bit left, falling grain at a time, just like the size of a castle. And then you see other ones kind of drifting slowly with just a little bit of sand in them, probably like the size of a hand. Just all kinds of different ones in this area, with bridges kind of going all over the place, as if it could make some kind of sense of it.
So you kind of sounded like you were joking when you said you had a timer earlier, but I'm getting the sense that might not be as much of a joke as we thought it was.
I won't. You can insight into these hourglasses however you want to.
Can I roll an insight check versus the DM?
No.
This appears to be some sort of timekeeping device. I'm sure of it.
Now I'm not so sure. Is there any like semblance of controls or
Go ahead and roll a perception.
Why is this in the tome room? Perception, you say?
Yeah.
Maybe the room we were in was tomes, and we left the room.
Perhaps. Is there a plaque on the wall?
Yeah, we're
one
in.
that says under.
Under.
Before you entered this room.
Okay.
So we got a Czar, lies, tomes
Earth.
under, Earth,
Earth.
Earth, Czar, lies, tomes under.
I rolled a 6.
Czar's tomes lie under the earth, which
Technically, that is
they
a full
do.
sentence, and it is true. Let's see if there's more later.
I rolled a 16 for my percept.
Okay, yeah, you see way off in the top right of your kind of visual there does seem to be a small machine. You're looking about and are completely perplexed as to how to actually get to that platform, as it doesn't seem to connect to anything that you directly see now. But you're noticing as you look around a few different places where you could probably like bring, for example, an hourglass close to the platform for observation, using some kind of like console machinations. Very steampunky vibe you're getting, just like DM meta wise to help you guys kind of picture it, like lots of like steam caps going off and levers and brass. Kind of in this brightly lit space, just kind of ambient bright light.
What's below us?
More.
Just
Down
You
as far as we can see.
as far as you can see.
As far as you can tell.
What's
I'm
above?
gonna leave these
More.
control these bits to y'all.
You're seeing just numerous hourglasses. It's kind of, again, very mind-boggling in scope. Just seems to kind of almost pointlessly drift off into the distance. To the point of redundancy.
Does it seem like chaotic or organized?
Yes.
But what
it is hard. It is chaotic to you, but you are gathering based on the movement that it is organized.
like holistically across all of these devices?
Yes, nothing is crashing into each other. You don't hear breaking glass. Just the occasional boom of like shifting hourglasses, which is less than occasional. Really, it's quite more than occasional. Rather, it's quite often. Some big, some small.
Do they
Again.
seem to have any semblance of synchrony, or are they all like
Almost a pointed asynchrony as far as when they turn.
Vakken, do you know anything about this?
Not a thing. You see, he's just looking around in wonder, completely dumbfounded by the current situation.
Well, I'd say
He's
we
taking
should.
notes.
I'd
but-
say we should look into it, but I'd be a little afraid to touch and potentially ruin anything that could keep us trapped here.
I don't know. Who made something like this? He just seems to be awestruck. Kind of, you see him like half-heartedly take notes, like as if he could possibly try and work out something, but
Probably a freaking gnome or something. I'm trying to like, I got the ball in my hand. I'm trying to poke one of them.
a ball.
Yeah,
We
whatever
got the
they are.
wall.
Oh no, you guys are on like a suspension bridge.
Yeah, I'm using the maul to like try to poke.
Oh,
one
the
of them.
mall. Sorry, I heard ball. Yeah, one drifts close enough. Do you smash it?
No, I just want to poke it. I don't want to break it.
Okay, go ahead.
That seems like such a bad idea.
Roll me a
What?
performance check,
No, to smash it.
or we'll say sleight of hand. Roll me a sleight of hand check. I'll let you use your strength modifier for this if you want, because you are wielding your maul.
That would be sleight of hand is Dex.
Yep,
Yep.
I'm saying for this, since you're using your maul,
Gotcha.
I'll let you use your strength.
So +4. Don't fuck me. 23, baby.
23. Go ahead and roll me a percentile dice.
It's gonna break the fucking thing.
I'm not trying to. You guys know you got to keep an eye on me. Straight up 30.
30.
Yeah, 30.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
For just a second.
Please not again. Please not again.
Looking down at the
You have to
note
like
and-
move your eyebrows when you're.
Now you're doing it on purpose, you
Yeah,
fucker.
fuck you.
Okay. Yeah, you see the hourglass drift close enough to your maul. You kind of poke the bottom of it, trying to avoid the glass. Shakes slightly in the gears, almost like kind of being held aloft three-dimensionally. You see it kind of shake. You see a little extra dust fall, and it kind of lists generally by you. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Nova or everybody?
Nova in particular.
Perception.
Perception.
15.
Preconception.
15. 1-5.
15. You do see. What languages do you read?
Just a common intraconic.
Common Draconic. You see a language you do not understand on the bottom of the hourglass as it passes by into the distance.
What does that say?
What does that say?
Oh, that right there.
You see another one come by as Nova points at
boy.
the bottom of an hourglass.
Can I see the language?
What languages do you read?
Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, Elvish.
This one does not seem familiar to you as well.
Celestial, Common, Druidic, Elvish, Sylvan.
And for the ease of it, I suppose Erzan.
Celestial, Fiendish, and Abyssal. Or sorry, Celestial, Infernal, and Abyssal.
Aldiria and Erzan, you recognize this as Celestial. You
Yeah,
recognize
but can you stop touching them, please?
Nah.
You recognize
Thank you.
a name on this hourglass that says Chaldea.
Caldia.
Okay, but otherwise, yes.
Huh?
K-I-L.
Oh.
CA or KAL.
K-A-L-D-I-A.
Yeah,
Celestial
seems to be
name.
written in Celestial.
Can you read those?
Yes, it says Caldia.
And it kind of gently drifts past. You see dust.
What- I'm gonna start looking at like other ones.
I'll say for the ease of this, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Can I try to see if I have encountered that name in my?
I'll say for the purpose of this, you have not. That is
Okay.
not a name that distinctly rings a bell to you.
Got it.
And then, is anybody aiding Kyler and trying to aid, like, perceive these kinds of things?
I'll aid.
Okay, so if you want to roll with advantage,
Or maybe I should aid Aldiria because she's better at
sure,
it.
whatever you guys are trying to do.
Yeah, I'll kind of help Aldiria out, like move my dancing lights so that she can kind of see the names
Sure.
better or the words better.
25.
25. Easily enough, you are getting the distinct vibe, just from reading a few different ones of these, that they are all distinctly named. For whatever reason, they seem to have humanoid names on them.
That's pretty cool.
That's creepy.
I'm getting a very
Are they all written in Celestial?
They are all written in Celestial. Some of them are as simple as Jonathan. Others are as complex and long as you can possibly imagine a
Are-
humanoid name being.
Are there any that say Aldiria or
Go ahead and roll my
Kylar
percentile
or
dice.
Nova?
Is that a question that you
that's
want
the
answered?
that's the
roll of
vibe
three.
I'm getting. The Chamber of
Roll
the
for percentile
Fates.
dice.
That would be 54.
Or you do not see any by those names.
Hmm.
What does the massive one say?
It is currently vertical, so you can't see the bottom of it.
I'm
written
gonna
on the
start
flats
tinkering with
bottom.
the levers.
Gonna try and find some levers to tinker with.
Yep.
Currently,
Well,
on
you
this,
said,
on
you
the
said there was like a
description.
control like platform.
There
right?
is. There's a few different that you can see, but none directly near you guys. You could definitely try and navigate to one though.
Yeah, I'm gonna start heading towards the closest one.
Okay.
Don't get
Um,
lost.
Do you guys
It's
go
like
as a group?
Out over the chasm, isn't it?
You're over the chasm currently.
No, isn't the control panel like just sticking out of the wall somewhere though?
No, it's on a bridge. You see a few. You see a few control panels. One sticking out of the wall. One's like up on a bridge up here. Navigating to them is going to be difficult, you imagine, but perhaps with enough persistence you could.
I'm willing to try.
Should we try to find out the nature of this place before we play with it?
My curiosity's piqued. I can't let it go.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You guys continue navigating. Someone roll me a investigation or survival check, and I will say with a group you can do so at advantage, or two of you can roll one roll apiece.
I'll leave that to y'all.
Well, Deria, get some survivaling going.
Yeah, she's the best one. I would follow her lead.
All right.
Trying to find
Never
the
gets lost.
control panel.
19.
19. How much time are you guys willing to dedicate to this? You see, shit, Vanek? Am I saying that right? I always
Vaken.
fucking forget it. Vaken. I always do that. Vaken seems to be willing to just drool and follow you guys around, taking notes whenever he can.
Is he like noting the names down?
Yeah, every single one that you guys come across
Perfect.
that he gets a chance to write down fast.
I was
enough,
hoping he
does.
would. I'm willing to spend quite a bit of time, personally.
Sure.
Eventually, you guys walk this road, seeming to take no end for quite a while. You do see eventually a brass staircase going up to another one, and you're kind of thinking in your head, well, if that connects there, then we can go there. Eventually, you do navigate. It takes you about an hour and a half of walking, retracing steps,
Massive.
figuring out what's going on to get to what was essentially, you'd guess, probably a football field away, up on another bridge next to where you were. So you're in that same area. You see the giant kind of hourglass off to the right, and you see in front of you what seems to be just a really big kind of lever pad with 19 different levers on them. You're counting, scaling from small to big in the middle.
I'm gonna pull the big one.
You're gonna pull the big one.
I'll pull the big one.
Okay, take the big one and
I want to see the big hourglass. I'm hoping that correlates.
Doom. Doom. You guys feel the whole bridge start shaking. The hourglass shaking now in its gyroscopic pattern. Navigates to right in front of you, shooting skyward. You see other hourglasses drift around it as if, like, somehow using a mind to predict its movement that is so sudden to you. You see, as it gets close, just this enormous structure. You can faintly make out a trickle of sand falling in among the noise. But yeah, you have the giant hourglass in front of you.
Can we read it?
What's the name?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check. I'm gonna have to
19.
22.
10.
And then I'll need a percentile dice from, this is going to be one of the randoms. Kylar, is your turn.
Okay. 83.
83. Let me just get the name here real quick. One moment. Okay, yep. You see written in an enormous gold stamp. Like, have you seen like those trophies with like the kind of the gold bands with etchings and then the kind of screws on it? Like that. Almost like a trophy. At the bottom, it reads the name Kalemvor.
Does that ring a bell to anybody?
I will say, who's proficient in religion?
Nah.
Yes, sir.
Alderia and Erinn.
Yeah.
And you are as well. Go ahead and everybody roll me a religion check.
What a fucking waste of a natural 20.
Oh.
21.
24, technically.
24. Natural 20 though?
Natural 20.
10.
What was the name? Could you spell
Kelemvor.
it?
Lemvor.
Kelemvor. And with your natural 20, Kylar, you know Kelemvor is the god of the dead. Additionally, with your natural 20, let's see. You actually have heard whisper that Kelemvor not only rules a so-called underworld, but has their own kind of subplane called Kelemvor's Hells. It's a place where most, if not all, spirits go to the afterlife to rest or experience whatever they might deserve according to Kelemvor's religion. Oh yeah, with the so you have a pretty good knowledge of Kelemvor's. Would you say deification? You're pretty
How much
familiar with
sand is in that one left?
I mean, you would guess that it's probably about 3/4 drained, but the amount of sand is imperceptibly large. Yeah.
Kelemvor's Hell? Is that what you
Yes.
called it?
Hells.
That's what Kylar, if you would choose to inform them, would.
I would, yeah, I'd relay that.
It's very unheard of. Not a concept any of you guys have heard outside of that natural 20, but it is rumored by worshippers of Kelemvor specifically that Kelemvor takes all souls and deposits them into appropriate hells of his own choosing.
I'm getting a very bad vibe about this place.
Damn, I didn't even know that with a 21.
Not with a 21.
Secretive.
Hardly with a 24, really,
But natural 20.
with the natural 20, I'm giving it to you.
I'm getting a very bad feeling about this place. I'm gonna push the big lever back.
Yeah, you just see it kind of drift slowly again, gyroscoping.
Whoosh.
Hourglasses whir by. You occasionally see one flip. So that's what you get from that.
Well, about as confusing as it was informative.
I'm gonna start flipping other levers.
Flipping other levers?
Yep.
Okay. Which ones do you flip?
Starting on the left-hand side, far left, and moving in.
Okay. I'll say for the purposes of ease, the small levers you notice bring smaller hourglasses to you. You attempt, just out of curiosity, I would assume, to flip some of these hourglasses as they seem to do.
Yeah, I would try.
It is not something that you are capable of doing with this device.
Okay.
Poking at them as well, out of curiosity, if you do choose to do so, doesn't seem to gather the garnered effect you try, and the gyroscope stops you.
Okay.
Seems to be there is some amount of importance to them being flipped at a certain time you're gathering, just based
Is
on
there
general insight.
any names we recognize on the ones that come by?
I'll say go ahead and roll me one more D100.
Do it.
Do it. That's a threat.
2,
52.
52, not a single one. I mean, there are common names that could be many, but there are no surnames to indicate who those common names might belong to.
But none that correspond to any of us either.
No, definitely not. Maybe Kylar. You see like Kylar, Tyler, stuff like that, you know. But
Gib.
yeah, but nothing in particular. You're guessing that most of these seem unique.
Can I flip 2 at once?
Yeah. I will say this is kind of the general gist you're getting with all of these. You're bringing different ones closer as they move about.
Okay. I could spend an eternity here and try and figure out what's going on.
I think that we should delve deeper into this.
Yeah, still got that other staircase to go down yet.
library and see if we can ascertain the actual nature of it.
Yeah.
I think I have an idea, but I'd like confirmation.
And heard some of Kalimvor's study or teachings in my studies, and don't love being in this particular room.
I tend to agree.
I would actually note, Erzan, you probably know Kalimvor to be a neutral god.
Do I know
It's
what?
much more the aspect of death rather than like worship of death. If that makes sense.
Like death is a natural force, you mean?
Yeah, just it's more of a nature kind of.
Sure.
It's definitely dark. People don't tend to worship Kalimvor because of that nature, but it's more of a like you don't think of them as like
That's not associated
Bane
with
level like evil.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, it's just the natural passing of time, if one will.
Sure, it certainly could be.
That's nice, but it doesn't really bring me the comfort.
No, I tend to agree. Let's
comfort.
press on.
Hand it over.
Moon's made of comfort? Always has
I got
been,
the
kid.
comfort now.
Raisin canes. Hand it over. Comfort.
Yeah, let's try that other staircase, see what we can find.
Okay. Go ahead and have one person roll me a survival or investigation check as you guys try to navigate your way through this room.
I
Say
guess.
either advantage or
No,
two
it
people.
goes.
16.
16? I'll say it takes another probably 2 hours. Finally, you navigate to what you come up against another wall. Sandstone drifting up and down and left and right. Interestingly enough, the hourglass that denotes Kalimvor, no matter where you move, seems to be about the same distance from you. Just you kind of look away as you like. If you follow it, it seems to get away. You look away, you look back. It seems pretty much in the exact same spot. It's something ever present about that hourglass.
Right.
But you do eventually find a door that leads back into a hole in the wall, essentially, that you would imagine leads back into the facility proper. Here, you see the word bone.
I don't know if I want to go in this room.
It's the bone zone.
All right. Well, good night, everyone.
I didn't think about
that's
that
great.
one. I did not think about that one.
Do you guys think it's a noun or a verb?
But
Can we
technically,
get,
it
can we
can
get
be
some
both.
votes in the chat? Do we think it's a noun or a verb? Is there a way to start a poll on this thing?
I don't know.
Yes, but I don't know how to do it.
Verb.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. You see the bone zone, though.
Can we not call it that?
Oh, sure. Okay, I know what this is. Sorry, I have to refresh myself. I made some of this stuff a while ago. So you enter into the hallway.
Yep.
Eventually, you kind of, it's a small, narrow, dark hallway. You see the familiar candlelight popping back up now that the ambient light is kind of gone.
Mm-hmm.
Very short jaunt, probably 20 yards hallway. You enter into a small chamber, kind of a half circle in size. You see a bulbous kind of door against a wall. Strapped across this door, you see a large gold padlock about this big. Immaculate lock. An immaculate lock across a fairly mundane looking door. Seems almost melted into the door.
Well,
It seems to be made, and notably it seems to be made out of pure gold. That's what you're guessing as well.
want me to break it?
Just
If
put
it's
some
pure
fire
gold.
near that. It'll melt right off.
It's soft.
Unless our lock boy wants to take a whack at it.
I sure can.
You want to take a lockpicking check?
Yeah, we'll give it a try.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a Thieves' Tools check.
24.
24. You dive in. It sticks. You felt like you were probably about one tumbler
One
away.
Tumblr reblog away.
One tumbler reblog away from unlocking this door. You spent a good solid 20 minutes at it, just picking at it, but you can't seem to get it.
It's beyond me. It's close every time I try, but I can't get quite there.
You see Vakin kind of look it over. Do you think it's magically locked? Kind of
Do I
inspects
think
inside.
it's magically locked?
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
24.
24.
Mm-hmm.
You would imagine that there is a mixture of arcane and natural lock to this.
Seems like there is some sort of arcane element as well. Maybe that's what's preventing me from completing it.
I can try to dispel it. I will be almost essentially tapped if I do so, however.
Well, that's it's
Would
up
you
to
like
you
me to
on how you
try?
want to use your magic, but we can't progress any further without it.
I'll try. You see him do the familiar dispel magic. I'm using his last 3rd level spell slot. I think I've done it. If you want to give it another try.
I'll give it a shot.
What is this cooking? Oh, I'll just remember. Fine.
I'll try again.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a free just check.
Mod 20.
Mod 20 with the help is just enough. You see the magic kind of disperse a small blue energy. You taking a larger pick now, stab it in almost with a fist, jam it up into a tumbler, and then use your other smaller ones to navigate the more kind of. I can't focus. Fuck you guys. It's fine. You seem to navigate the more small tumblers after kind of jamming those other ones open. Eventually you hear a as the chains ting, 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 jangle down to the side. The doors slowly drift open into what seems to be the bone zone.
The bone zone is officially voted on by the chat, and it is a verb.
It is a verb. Oh
It is a
god.
verb.
At what the heck, you guys?
What?
We're
Supposed
going to the
supposed
bone
say something
zone.
now.
Going to the bone zone.
You guys,
Have a lot of pieces.
when the doors creak open, you see inside what seems to be essentially a test chamber. You see concrete slabs in a very dark gray chamber. Here the lighting turns blue. But essentially what you're seeing is it almost looks like a torture chamber. Outside of what you're seeing is like alembics that are old and completely destroyed and ruined at this point with time. Chains that were once wrapped around skeletons, now wrapped around dust, you're imagining. You see black stains of ichor that have survived the test of time. You're guessing old, deep blood wounds.
Gross.
You're guessing this is some kind of testing chamber of some kind.
Hmm.
Let's take a look around, see what we can find.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just assist. I don't really know that I know anything of that was useful in here, even if I saw it.
Okay. You guys investigate the room.
How big is the room?
It's pretty large. It seems to be like a whole facility almost. So probably you're seeing about 2 stories of this kind of testing facility. Probably about a football field in length with just all kinds of scattered tables and destroyed, aged tools. those kind
Sure.
of things.
Instead of trying to investigate for something directly, I'm gonna put up a detect magic and just walk around and see if I can find anything.
Okay. I will say for the purposes of this, with your detect magic, you do find some faint glimpses of let's see, that would be necromancy You detect very faint necromancy, just kind of energy rather than like a direct source. As
Just
well,
Room.
yeah, kind of emanating, namely from the tables.
Okay.
Um,
Almost like so much magic got blasted into them that they like hold some of it.
kind of just
Yeah, they
hold,
still
not
radiate.
even like hold in like a gem or a rune sense, but more so like lingers there, such that you could detect it
Radiation.
afterwards.
Like
And
the
like
echoes of it
radiation.
afterwards.
It's like the LaCroix flavor of magic.
yes, it's LaCroix. It's LaCroix necromancy.
Yes.
Exactly.
Indeed. No, it's LaCroix and it's from the 80s.
It's from Wisconsin, man.
From Wisconsin.
Anyways,
You also detect lots of alchemy from the Alembics. Seems to be dedicated to all kinds of different schools, but it is long since gone as well.
Sure.
Not being an alchemy proficient individual yourself, it would probably be pretty hard to detect what's going on with those. But I will say, Alderia, go ahead and roll me a perception check. And you are alchemy proficient, so if you'd like to interact with these at all, you might be able to get more insight based off of those as well.
Yes. I don't know. Yes, I'll interact with them.
Sure. How do you do so? I'm
That-
just presenting it to you because I seem to remember that you are
Yeah, what are they? Sorry.
all kinds of just different accoutrement for alchemy. You're not exactly sure what without kind of digging into it, but
I mean, yeah, I'll get in there and look at them and
Rustle around.
fondle them.
sure.
Why that hand motion, though?
I'm gonna go.
So anyway, I rolled a 21.
Sure, perception.
Yeah.
So you do note, Alderia, and I would imagine you probably point this out to your party. Notably, a very distinguishing factor in this room. You see what seems to be an inlay on the wall, scratched in, of what's the guy with the forearms sticking out in the forelegs?
Oh, the Vitruvian man?
The Vitruvian man. That, but distinctly, you see the shape of a dragonborn. Tail sticking out the back, forearms, forelegs, and a kind of extended dragon-like jawline facing sideways to finish the profile.
don't show this to Nova.
Show what to Nova? I'm just kidding.
Nova's there with you, unless you try and say that stealthily.
Yeah, I'll whisper it to her.
Okay, Nova, are you trying to listen into them at all, or
Man, he just kind of digs through stuff, you know?
Sure.
I'll probably up
Nova's,
to
Yeah, I
Nova's
mean-
being a gremlin, so
bang, 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 bang. Huh?
Go feed him after dark.
I'm gonna show Nova.
you're gonna show Nova. All right, Nova. Alderia gathers your attention and shows you the Vesuvian,
Vitruvian.
Vitruvian.
Vitruvian man.
These old ass tools in my hands. I'm like, huh?
One sticking out of his mouth.
Notably, as you touch them, most of them turn to dust.
Hmm.
Legitimately rust dust. Like you gather putting one in your mouth would be hazardous, and you do so anyways, and you pay for it because it gets in between your teeth. It's pretty gross.
What'd you say?
I'm showing him. I'm showing Nova. Nova, look.
Nova, you see?
Oh, that's weird.
He's not scared.
What am I scared of?
Nothing. You're so brave.
I know. Wait a minute.
Oh, the pause. I'm not scared. Hey.
Hey.
Is this place starting to look like mildly familiar?
I'm
Say
getting some
to
vibes.
another sort of facility I might have.
Your brain is drawing connections, but it is distinctly not that place.
Okay.
It's drawing connections in the sense that perhaps something similar did go on here.
No, I ain't good.
Not the same, but similar. You're seeing, ancient blood splatters, hammers next to these tables where you imagine people would be lying down, as well as hooks, those kinds of things. It's very dark.
Did I show him? This is like on the wall, right?
Yeah, etched in, very, very basic carving at this point, mostly worn away with time. You see
Okay.
you kind of rub your hand over the dust, and it kind of falls away and reveals it.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know that it's I don't know. Kind of getting this eerie feeling.
Maybe we should press on elsewhere. Doesn't seem like there's much to be had here.
I didn't blip any other magic on my detect magic, right?
Nothing that is distinctly standing out to you, no.
Okay, sounds good. Also, as a note, I used 2 sorcery points to give myself a first level slot back.
Okay, understood.
Did I glean anything from my fondling?
Go ahead and roll me an alchemy tools check.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna add my wheelage.
Gotta cup the flask, you know?
Sure.
Yeah,
Remember,
just
try and do those before the roll, though.
be gentle.
But how do I do it on my own? How do I know to do it on my own? Because then, like...
You just guess. Oh, I only rolled a 14. That's not very high.
The thing is you can use it like 5 times a day, which is just a bard but better. So I need to find a way to make it not that. And
But
that's,
it's a reaction. So isn't it like my reacting?
But that's only in combat.
Right. I mean, reactions don't really exist outside of this. So I would say if you're about to make a roll that you find important, go ahead and or if you think someone else is, hey, would you like to add this to it? Because I'm trying to find a way that makes it that's like, oh, I rolled bad, let's just make it never happen, right?
I mean, it'll be book official in less than a week, so...
Yeah.
Right.
At that point, we can reevaluate.
Yeah. But for now, I'd like to play it like this. I know it's a little frustrating, like how it plays out, but I can't really think of a way to make it so that you don't just fix every bad roll for the rest of the game, you know?
Yeah, I guess. So. It's essentially
It's bardic inspiration,
it's
which
an inspiration.
completely ruins the point of the bard class, you know, like...
Yeah, why have a bard if you can just have a Circle of the Stars Druid?
Circle of the Stars Druid, right. I mean, of course, there's reasons, but it's like the marquee feature, so I'm trying to differentiate.
Reasons.
Well, even with it, I only get a 13. With the max bonusage.
Well, that is good. At least you got the max
bonusage to fondle.
I would say since you got max bonusage, you're gathering that a lot of these contain some kind of preservatives, particularly probably to flesh, to some extent. Outside of that, you're gathering all kinds of different concoctions that you can't quite place, just due to the age of them. They've kind of essentially just turned into concoction pudding. It's like crystallized at this point and dehydrated. But you do get the preservatives. You still see some kind of clear liquid, and you think to yourself, like, why isn't that liquid still? So
smell it from out the hut.
Yep. You know the stuff.
Oh, I know from out the hut. I've had many a biolab.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to do in this room?
Let's press on. See if we can find anything more.
Okay. Eventually you do reach a door. Again, similar to the library, there seems to be numerous ways out of here. You're guessing, again, you could get lost in this facility for your whole life if you wanted to. But pressing on.
Are there any plaques?
What's that?
Are there any plaques above any of the doors?
Yeah, I will say for the purposes of this, unless you'd like to go and forcibly go choose other directions, you do see one door with a plaque on it. And this one actually has a short phrase. It says, "and ancient," above it. And you see a kind of a silver cast metal door. It's got a small porthole, almost like an old diver's helmet on it. You see inside to what seems to be a dome-shaped room that's just gently blue.
What do we do with the gold lock?
Just is hanging from the door currently.
Can we take it?
It's attached to chains that are like as thick as my thumb, so you could try and hack away at those and then remove it that way.
How big is it?
Probably about like that big.
All right, no.
Pretty fucking big.
That's gonna
Pretty
be heavy as
fucking
fuck.
No, let's go get this damn gold lock.
big. We can try. You want to try and wrest the gold lock off the door? I'll say go ahead and roll me an athletics check. It's gonna be a bitch though.
I'll add a thing to it.
What do you add? One of your okay.
I'm
6.
I'm
My
gonna
God, I've gotten 6
I'm
all
gonna-
3 times.
touch Nova on the
And
shoulder.
you can do that 5
Thaddeus.
times, right? So you got 2 more left.
Yeah, it's my spellcasting bonus.
I'll touch Nova on the shoulder, tell him to use his maul, and cast guidance on him.
Oh my god. Go ahead and roll a
Plus
d4.
6.
So athletics check +4, plus D4, plus D6.
I already
Yeah,
rolled
this
9.
is-
Mine's a 6.
Oh,
It's
plus a straight up 6.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll athletics.
Cool.
Up to +10 on top of your athletics.
23.
23. No luck.
Fuck.
Trying to bust through the chain. Doing the inhuman act. You feel like I'll give you this.
Mhm.
You make progress, but at the rate with which you're going, you imagine it's going to take probably a few 2-3 hours of hacking away at this.
How is it attached to these chains? Is it just like a padlock where they're
It's
in
like a
the loop?
padlock with like the loops. Like you know how like
So could we break
it's just
the
like
hold?
melted. It's just melted in. Like it's part of this padlock.
Oh,
the
it's part
first
of the
chain.
shackle
Does that
now.
make sense? So there's like it's like half loop that's part of the padlock, and then chains, right?
Yeah, so there's
Going across
the
the floor.
shackle, and then it's just
Here.
welded onto the chains.
I'll just draw it. It's pretty straightforward, I think, for drawing. So you got your padlock, loop, 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 and then loops going off from there. Here. It's really bad drawing, but padlock chains that are connected just like as
How
part
does
of the
that unlock
padlock.
then?
How does it unlock?
Yeah,
This
that
part
doesn't make
splits
sense.
down the middle. Right here. Where that splits in
So-
half.
Right now it's in half.
Correct.
Where do the chains terminate?
At the edges of the door. So let me draw the door.
I want this gigantic hunk.
I was gonna say, man, I did the one
With,
check. I was ready to leave it.
I'm gonna take out my jeweler's tools.
Does that make sense
Okay.
now?
I'm gonna take out my jeweler's tools, and I'm gonna try and ascertain what kind of metal this actually is. It looks like gold, but that doesn't necessarily mean it is gold.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Ooh, if there was ever a time to roll high, 26.
26. You inspecting the scar that Nova has left, discover a few things. First of all, you gather that this is some kind of heavily reinforced gold, but looking deeper into it, you see beneath the layer of gold is cast platinum, pure platinum straight through the middle. This is going to be something that, assuming it was not even enchanted or arcanely made, would be very difficult, if not inhumanly difficult to bust through.
Platinum's not that
but-
hard.
But Nova, and I will say for the sake of this, platinum is fucking hard in my world.
No, because I was about to
So-
say, like, actual platinum's not very tough.
Sure. In D&D,
Neither is
Jesse's
gold.
Magical Christmas Playland, platinum's fucking hard.
Playland.
I don't know everything, so I can't play as everything. You know,
Mhm.
I'm not an expert at metals, so in Jesse's world, platinum is hard because that's how I thought it was. So platinum, very hard, cast inside this gold.
I mean, I don't
I
think
wanna
we
take-
got enough time to.
I want to take my water flask out, and I can shape water. And we've done this before. I want to, like, float some of the water inside the link of the chain that's
Sure, like the
bound to the
slightly scarred
lock. Yeah, the one that's bound to the lock. I want to fill that space completely and then freeze it forcing the link, and just do that repeatedly and see where I get with it, if it has any play.
I'll say for the purposes of this, it's about the same. You imagine through sheer brute force and time, you could eventually get there. You're seeing progress. It's just slow. So it depends on how much effort you guys want to put into this.
Well, honestly, we said we devote a week to this.
This thing's worth like 10,000 gold pieces. I want it.
Back in looking at it, this would make a great story.
Especially if it's
What if
this
we
is
hook
only-
the course up to it?
Is
this
that
is
stronger
only
than Nova?
plated in gold. It's solid platinum underneath, so it's worth quite a bit more than it looks as well.
It's +4 strength.
We could do that, and then
And
I'll
it's
tug.
large.
I mean, is it damaging my maul to hit it?
You're gathering your maul is a very old ancient magical relic, so it won't damage it.
Okay.
Most likely, unless this is reinforced with a stronger magic, which is possible, but it's hard to say.
I mean, we don't even have to use your maul, Nova. I can just continually do this with water. We don't need anything more than speeding up the inevitable decay of time here.
I think that this is worth taking a long
Yeah,
rest
hey,
doing.
you guys want to do it? I'm here with you.
I'm happy to do it.
It
It won't take me very... I mean, it'll take a while, but it doesn't really cost me any effort.
Okay, you guys spend the time necessary.
Of course, one of you is going to have to carry it because this fucker's absolutely
How heavy is it?
massively heavy.
It'll depend on how
Well,
you
gold's
chop
an
it up,
extremely
and-
heavy metal, and platinum is also heavy. So if this lock is this big-ish,
Yeah, it's probably you gather like I'd say
like that,
11 inches by 11 inches.
this
plus,
thing's
like,
probably
another,
at least
like 3 inches
100,
deep.
100 to 200 pounds.
It's
If I
fucking
had to
big.
guess, it's not going to be easy to carry.
Well, I mean, I can carry 120 pounds alone in the handy haversack that is currently empty.
Well, if we're willing to spend the time, I'm happy to free the lock.
I mean, a piece of lead that size would be like 100 pounds, so.
I mean, I could do the math, but I don't want to.
Yeah, we're not getting.
Yeah,
that
I'm not gonna sit
Right.
here and try and do the
The
math.
haversack's fucking big. It can probably be the last element that this could fit. that
Lead
could
is
fit.
comparable to gold in weight, and I think it's also comparable to platinum. So
We'll
it
say-
would,
we'll
it would
say
be
for
around
the
100
purposes
pounds.
of D&D physics, they are precisely the same.
100 pounds.
Cool.
100-pound gold
Let's do
plated
that.
platinum lock.
Let's get
All right,
right.
I'm gonna start freezing, expanding, freezing, expanding, freezing, expanding ad infinitum until this
Okay.
sucker's open.
I'll
I would
help.
say. Do you
I can
have?
do it. I can do it. I can
You can shape water.
I can ice knife.
This is a
I
several
can-
hour project, right?
This is like several hour
Like
project.
how many
Like
hours?
8 hours.
Probably in the realm of like 8-9 hours.
Because I can add like heat metal on there. Like
I mean, it's up to you
I
what you want to
imagine-
do.
Honestly, if you can heat the metal, I might actually be. I have Jula's like files and things. If you can heat the metal enough, I actually might be able to saw through it once it's soft.
yeah, if we're here for 8 hours doing it, I can learn heat metal and
Well, by that time, I'll already have it open.
heat the metal.
Okay. I'm gonna say for the purposes of this, Kyler, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw as you just fucking try to.
I'm
brute
proficient in
force.
that.
Nice. I'm happy because you're gonna want it.
22. I'll take it.
22. You're persistent as hell. And then go ahead and roll me a performance check. Or we'll say a sleight of hand.
Damn, I'm proficient in performance. That one is only an 18.
18. I'll take a note.
So are we long resting while we watch him do this
Up to you guys.
for 8 hours?
I got nothing else going
It's
on.
gonna be a hot minute.
I'm just gonna be sitting here.
Vakin sits down and starts kind of pseudo meditating. He is kind of feels relieved as the darker room kind of is relaxing to him. Kyler, eventually, I'll say for the purposes of brevity, eventually you do bust off both sides of the lock. You do suffer a point of exhaustion. But it is complete. You have essentially So essentially, what you had to do is get rid of the 2 chain. Well, no, you probably would have done. You would have gone through 1 chain to kind of simplify. You're a smart person, so that you have essentially the 2 loops and half a lock, and then the 2 loops and half a lock.
Yep, that's
together.
what I would have done.
So it's the ones that are half loops there, and then dangling chains that are kind of bolted into the ceiling.
Yep. I'm just gonna leave the chain. That's not worth fucking with to try and get the chain
The
too.
chains are
The lock is
fucking
good
heavy.
enough.
And
The lock's good
you
enough. If you
hold
want
it,
the chains, you can do it.
the first time the first one that comes off, boom, falls and just resonates throughout the hall, denting the gold on top.
Right, like I try to catch it and then realize how heavy it is. I'm like, oh shit, no.
Yeah, and it dents
gonna
the
hurt.
rock floor, like dents. It's that heavy. So
Yeah, one of you strong people are gonna need to carry this. This is beyond me.
If it's in the haversack, it weighs nothing.
I can barely pick it up.
I'll say the haversack is pretty much full with this in it. As you said, the haversack caps out at 120 pounds.
Yeah, it was empty
Probably
before, so
probably fit knickknacks in there, but that's it. Small knickknacks.
That's all right. This is our treasure.
I kind of
for
just
this
carry it
time.
around for times we need it.
Sure. It's a good thing to have. But with that, you have the lock in your hands.
What should she add to her inventory?
I'm just
Giant
gonna put a
lock.
120-pound gold
Giant-
lock,
Yeah, 120-pound gold lock is plenty.
gold platinum lock.
Into the haversack.
Who to top?
Udatoth does have buckets of money.
If you take,
Do something.
if this is a 100-pound lock and a platinum piece weighs 9 grams, that's 5,039 grams, or 5,039 platinum pieces worth out of this lock, just with the math.
Cool.
That's a lot. That's a lot
Yeah.
of shit.
That's a lot of money. I can buy my armor.
Yeah, because that's
Thank God.
50,000 gold if it translates to that. That's ridiculous.
So you guys have
Worth it.
acquired the lock. Kylar, you are currently exhausted.
Yep.
And everyone else
I'm
has a long
tired.
rest and the benefits of it. What would you all like
Good
to
job.
Cool. Now let's progress.
Back to didn't we find a room that said
And ancient.
And ancient, yes.
Let's take a look.
Okay.
I have
you
wheel
guys
for today.
got a wheel for the rest. Okay. You approach the silver kind of dome door looking in through the hole. Again, you see a small kind of gyroscopic like joystick lever in the middle of the room. Opening the door. Loud metal creaking as the silver kind of unoiled at this point moves. Walk through and you see what seems to be just kind of a domed surface. You see some kind of mechanical contraption that looks to be movable across the top of the ceiling. You'd guess with that lever. And you'd wager now based on your time spent in here, it is like deep in the middle of the night, probably 3:30, 4 in the morning.
That's how we go in.
Yeah, might as well.
You go in. Everyone files in one by one, vac and kind of pulling up the back. Behind you, you hear the door shut.
Well.
Yeah, that's about how I figured it'd go.
Dun, 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 dun.
You guys have the room to yourselves for now. Nothing seems to be happening quite yet.
What's in the room?
It seems to be a lever with a giant mechanical contraption across the ceiling, just like a big kind of. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Insight?
Yeah,
Can we all, or just
sure. Yeah, everyone. Alderia, you can do so with advantage.
16.
18?
25.
9.
9. Everyone but Nova gets this pretty readily. This seems to be some kind of indoor astrolabe.
Interesting.
Is there magic light in here as well?
It's dimly lit.
If it's
blue,
dark, I'd cast
almost
dancing
as
light.
if starlight is filling the room. Gentle glow. It's not
Kinda.
light. It's not dark.
I assume Alderia is just staring up at the ceiling at this point.
I'm probably like running to like the controls if I can find them.
I'll look at Kyler and be like,
Looking.
put out your lights.
Did you put out the lights?
Yep.
Astral bodies of light speckle across the top of the now black ceiling. Notably, a moon is currently missing, but you see a significant array of stars, as if you're sitting outside, despite the fact that you know for a fact you are thousands of feet below the surface.
Odd.
Are you gonna play with it?
Yeah, is
Yes,
there
Nova.
controls?
Quite.
Yeah, there's like a gyroscope in the middle. Not a gyroscope, like a joystick in the middle, and you see just a simple. This isn't gonna make too much sense to you, Erinn, but like in a Skyrim, there's that one like metal strip. You know what I'm talking about in the fucking Elder Scroll room? It's like that, like a big metal strip with like a circle in it, and you can kind of move it around your gathering.
In the Elder Scroll room?
Skyrim in the Elder Scroll room, you know, it's got the fucking big metal strip that goes along the dome ceiling, and then there's like the circle.
Sure.
Anyways, there's a big metal strip that has a circle on it, and you're gathering that can move like parallel to the dome in all kinds of different directions.
Oh, the dwarven. Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Like the lexicon puzzle.
yeah, I've done that puzzle like 3 times this year.
Fair enough. Well, then I'm really sad you didn't get it that time. Does that make any sense to you, Erinn?
No, but okay.
So you're in a dome room, right?
I'm in a domed room.
The room is the shape of a dome, and along one edge of that dome, right? So like right here is a strip of metal,
Okay.
and it goes all the way across the dome,
Okay.
like this. And on that strip is a little circle that seems like that you can move with this joystick across the surface
Okay.
of this dome.
Okay. I'm gonna play with it.
Okay.
Do I recognize all the constellations and everything?
You recognize many of them. You see, in particular, the male aspects of the star signs, which are going to be wolf, fox, fish, and giraffe. You notice those star signs.
No ram.
No ram. Seems to be the male aspects. The ram is one of the female aspects.
Interesting. Is there any like druidic anything written anywhere, or
No words in a druidic language that you can discern. Go ahead and roll me an insight check, though. Or I'll say or nature.
23?
23?
Yeah.
That's definitely good enough. One thing that is notable to you about the night sky is, in general, is that there's a very important piece that is always there, the moon, shining light down, and there is not one on this starscape.
Weird. Would I know anything about the moon being missing from the starscape?
I'd say with your insight check, you're probably gathering that the moon shouldn't be missing from a starscape.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. And you have a gyroscope. You see, I'll say for the purposes of visual, you see kind of in each corner. Not that there's a corner, but if you could divide the circle into sectors, in each corner is one of those aspects as well.
Touch it.
And even what?
Touch it.
Touch what?
The joystick.
I I did touch the joystick.
Touch the butt.
More.
What do you do with the joystick?
Move it.
Okay,
Look.
to
Look where the moon should be.
okay. You see as you to the center of the map where you're gathering the moon should be. You then notice a small kind of imprint of cement, almost like a kind of like a porthole that is not there. The metal gear. Anyways,
Liquid.
seems to be hovering over where the moon should be. Is this a weapon to surpass Metal Gear? But you see that the circle is over the where the moon should be.
Anti-tag weapons, 90 tag soldiers.
You do notice too there is like a twist handle on this little lever too. You imagine that will do something if done. in a
Twist
certain
it.
way. Doesn't seem to do anything currently.
Pop it.
Pull it.
Oh, we're getting some feedback somewhere.
Some phone farts.
There we go. I think we're good. What do you do, Alderia?
Fondle it.
Fondle it. So even when I put it to that spot, there's no moon there,
Not yet, no. It seems to be that's where the moon should be.
and it doesn't turn.
It turns, but nothing seems to happen when you're doing so, when you twist the handle.
Could you create a moon there? Cast moonlight, perhaps?
Could try. I'll cast moonlight right there.
You can cast Moonlight. What's that, Moonbeam?
Yeah, it's a moonbeam. Yar.
Okay, you cast a Moonbeam.
Yeah.
Perfect 10 by, like, I think it's 5-foot radius, so a 10-foot diameter cylinder shoots down. As you do so, the light goes, you see it go over the handle, making it disappear. Below, you look below through your moonlight and you see what seems to be a passageway. A hallway, almost like you're standing here. The hallway goes like this, as if you would like have to change gravity to walk in it.
Wow, I swapped out a bunch of my spells on that long rest just now, and I thought about taking moonbeam off. That is good that I did.
No, you're cheating the system, but it works.
Alright. There's a little passage.
It does seem to be a passage. Like I said, you guys are standing here. It's going down like that, almost as if it's the hole more than a passage.
How far down is it?
That seems as you look. I'll say for the purposes of this, it's hard to get a beat on it right now. You'd have to stick your head into the moonbeam and probably suffer damage to get a great look. It seems to go into a small jaunt of a hallway, though.
It wasn't there before the moonbeam?
It was not there before the moonbeam. It's right where the pedestal was that you were standing. You kind of have to move back away as you cast the moonbeam, and you see it form and completely vanish whatever was where you were just standing.
If only I could make moonlight without it hurting us.
I mean, you guys, you're gathering that you could probably at least try and blue skidoo. It just might hurt a little bit while you're in the moonbeam for a brief moment.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Give me, I could be the test monkey.
Will he fit? Yeah, it's 10 foot.
Yeah.
I'm not that big.
Nero.
Alright.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a
Alright.
second before I jump in the moonbeam and
Somewhat.
take a second and appreciate all this around me
Yeah, it's pretty.
while
Cool.
they jump in.
Are you doing anything in particular, or just kind of enjoying the scene?
Enjoying the scene.
Sure. So everyone, roll me a Constitution saving throw as you jump through. I believe it's con, right? Should be
Yeah.
con.
Yes.
And then Alderia, once you get a chance, roll 2d10.
12. I'm gonna take full damage.
Fail, I'm guessing.
Saved against my own spell.
Ain't bad.
2D.
Kylar.
I rolled with disadvantage, and I rolled a 13.
Not if that was for exhaustion, I take it.
No.
No, you revert to your true form.
Oh, shit!
no!
Oh no! Oh god! Another
Finally.
bear. Oh
Are you
my
a little girl?
Jesus.
Are you a lolly?
3,000-year-old dragon.
It took 16 sessions with somebody on the moonbeam in the party for it to happen.
Sorry, I was trying to not hurt anyone.
Right.
She's kind with her moonbeam.
That I have made very sure not to ever go near it. And here we are.
That's awesome.
Now I didn't have a
we'll
choice.
get to
I'm like,
that.
well, fuck.
On the
So
bright
that-
side, I rolled 3 for damage, so
What's your save?
Is that total damage?
sorry.
Is that total damage?
Yeah, I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Okay, so everyone that succeeds take 3. 2. 1. Yeah.
What's
Everyone
the
that
save
fails,
DC?
take 3.
16.
I got a 16.
Then you succeed, so you take 1.
No.
Ties go to the roller. But as you guys all blue skidoo, you notice you jump into the hole, gravity takes you, and then you land on your back in the hallway and kind of roll out of the way of the moonbeam as you take damage. So gravity all of a sudden corrects itself for you. As Alderia enters, the moonbeam cancels behind you. You see now what seems to be a normal porthole with moonlight shining through it that would lead you back into the prior chamber.
What did Kylar look like?
Get into that here. Kylar, you see, would you like to describe your true form?
I can do you one better. I can put a picture up. So as I enter the moonbeam, the normal face you've come to know changes to one probably at least a decade or 2 older than you're used to. The black hair fades to blonde, grows a short beard, and he has pockmarks along one side of his face, almost like a spray pattern, kind of. Would he know that he changed back?
Yeah, 100%. It is a visceral, like Play-Doh feeling in your body as your face changes. You notice differences immediately.
He's not going to say anything.
I'm a bit preoccupied with weird gravity at the moment, so I don't know that.
Yeah, Nova's
Yeah,
kind
no,
of
I'm-
laying on its back, like, looking up, like, what the fuck?
I'm not going to say anything.
Guys?
What?
Oh, I'm just making sure I'm not dead.
No, this is weird. I don't like this.
You see Vakin at this point kind of looks over.
What?
Is that you?
I'm going to step out of the moonbeam.
You can revert back to your normal form. if you
Yeah.
choose to.
Definitely.
That was odd. You changed appearance in the moonbeam. That's an effect of your spell, Alderia.
Yeah.
It changes. Oh, I didn't change mine, did it? He looks down at his hands.
No.
He's like inspecting everyone very closely now, trying to see if they've changed.
I thought this guy's been studying magic for a long time.
This is druidic magic. He's an
right.
arcane.
Right.
He's a city boy, Nova, city boy.
Boy.
It only affects shape changers.
Changes.
Nice touch.
He's digesting this information. I'm not gonna roleplay everything for you guys though. So he's digesting this information and drawing the lines.
No, that is correct. It does only affect shape changers. Take that how you will.
I already knew that, right?
No.
You showed me something, didn't you?
We all know at this point because you turned into a girl.
Oh yeah.
But I made that seem like it was magic.
Oh fuck, I wouldn't.
I
pay
definitely
attention.
made it seem like I was casting a spell.
Oh, okay.
I would have very blatantly gone out of my way to do that.
I will say
wouldn't
for
do
the meta purposes of this, Kyler had revealed the true nature of their transformation from you guys until this point.
Sure.
Fuck, you could have Could have fooled me, man. I don't know.
That kind of was the point. But here we are.
Yeah, it looks like we gotta kill you. I'm just kidding.
I take a step back and I change back into my normal form. What do you want from me? This is what I look like.
I was ready to drop it and keep moving.
It doesn't seem like the other two are.
I don't take any judgment, you know, if you just should be who your inner self is. That's an important lesson, people.
We can talk about this later.
I was just about to ask if we had a problem.
I don't think we have a problem, just a little explanation is needed. But later. Perhaps
Fine with me.
a round of fire. And maybe a few drinks.
I'll put Kylar back on. Well then, shall we keep going?
Ew, that's a... Ew.
So are you imagining like skin mask now?
Yeah. I'll put Kylar back on.
Would you fuck me? Hard. Anyways,
Continuing on.
continuing on. You guys do see what is effectively the final doorway. Spoiler alert. Above it, you see what seems to be... Let me just count 1 second. 1, 2... a blank golden plate that seems to have room for about 8 words.
Mm.
Are there any words on it?
There are none.
Wow. We have
Can
gotten
I-
6 words.
Oh.
You're guessing just to save you guys the time.
I was just gonna
Probably
do, like, the
more of a
charcoal rubbing.
spoken word.
Czar bones and ancient tomes lies under earth.
Nothing happens.
Damn it.
That was pretty fucking good, though. That was pretty fucking good. That's close.
Maybe just switch the
Czar tomes and ancient bones lie under the earth. Under earth.
Not quite.
bones, tomes,
Oh my.
ancient earth,
Tomes and ancient bones.
I'll only make you guys guess
That's
as long as
just-
you do it. I'll say eventually you do brute force it. So
It's Czar singular.
Zars.
Oh,
It's Czars with an S.
does it have an apostrophe?
Does bones have an S?
Czar's bones
has-
and ancient tomes lie under the earth.
That's what I said.
No.
Czar's tomes.
Let me make sure I wrote this down. I might have just accidentally.
That's what I said.
Definitely what it is.
It's gotta be Czar's
I-
bones and ancient tomes lie under the earth.
It's bone, not bones.
Bone. Czar's
Bones out.
bone.
Czars do bone.
Czars do be boning.
They do be boning.
I crave that.
That harem life.
Fondling.
Suddenly the door opens.
Czar's bone and ancient tomes. Lies. Nope. Czar's tomes and ancient bone lies under earth.
There's no. We never had lie. Oh yeah, we did have lies.
Lies. Yeah, I was scared of that doorway. Okay, we brute force it.
You guys.
Earth, Czar, lies,
That's fine,
tomes
that's
under
fine.
bones and ancient.
Do you guys want me to say you brute force it and give you the
Yeah.
pattern?
Yeah.
Eventually, you come up with a full sentence that reads, "Under earth and bone lies Czar's ancient tomes."
Damn.
You
Bro.
arrange.
You gotta
Oh,
rhyme it.
you have to break and ancient up.
Yeah.
Oh!
We didn't do that.
Nope.
I didn't. I thought those were one.
I thought it
I
was
wrote them
one
together.
concise phrase.
To be
Okay.
fair, I believe
ran
that
out of
I broke those words up.
You also said tomes, bones, and earth, Nova.
Those are all words.
Wait, so what was it? It was like under.
Under earth and
Earth
bone
and
lies.
bone lies Czar's ancient tome.
Okay.
Saying this though, and I'll say just because we're so late, we'll probably have to end the session here because there's not a ton more, but you'll see the door opens. Inside you see a dark, gently moonlit chamber, similar to the throne room almost, but smaller. Across
Tyler.
you see a throne again, but this time it seems to have a skeleton sitting there. Nova in particular, as well as I'd say Alderia, recognize this as a dragonborn skeleton. Over the throne,
why can't I recognize it as a dragon?
I mean, it's got a dragon skull.
Sure, it's got a dragon skull.
We
You all
got
recognize
keen
it's a dragon
eyes.
skull. You see
Nature.
above its head, almost like a tent, two enormous metal slabs with spikes sticking off the end. Looking inward, you see handles, almost like giant plate shields. The skeleton sits listlessly as you wait for a brief moment. In the hollow sockets of its eyes, you see blue swirls of gas start to form.
Yep.
Looking at you, putting one hand in one strap. You see this creature face off, square against you. Retreat. His blue smoke lists out of its lifeless jaw. Behind it, you see what seems to be probably the end, the last doorway that would probably lead to something really cool after this boss fight. However, it is 40 minutes past when we should end tonight's session. So we will end it there.
On a cliffhanger.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I really was hoping we'd be able to get through the last leg of the travel journey here, but we got a little bit left.
You underestimated.
You underestimate our procrastination.
No, you guys did awesome.
Overestimated your Wi-Fi's ability.
And overestimated. We burned a solid 20 minutes on that, which is the reason why we fucking ran so late too. So thank you guys for being patient. Thank you, my players, for joining in. And let's just say you're not quite there yet, but level 8 is just around the corner. So sorry, it's after this boss fight. Spoiler alert, was when you were supposed to level up, but we didn't quite get there tonight.
Yeah.
So normally
Gotta get that gold platinum lock, baby.
Seriously.
That's fair. Thanks everybody for joining us. That was amazing. I'm really excited to see where this boss fight goes and for some of the stuff I had prepped afterwards. So see you next week.
All right. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.